We should be live according to my
massive
YouTube.
talent.
Massive talent where? Who?
Yes.
Yeah, we're waiting.
Yeah, we are indeed live,
All right,
and we can even hear you.
we can hear me. Oh, that's good. And we can even see the great talent you were talking about. Euan's wonderful thumbnail.
Dissected Alive.
Yeah, indeed, the talent for many of us.
Whoa, that's a long
Live
time ago we
thumbnail.
heard the jingle.
Yes.
Can't forget about it.
It's been a while.
Well, welcome everyone. How y'all doing?
They'll be doing
Yeah,
alright.
good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Good.
I'm doing alright.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna be going on vacation next week. I'm heading up to Seattle to visit a friend and go to a couple of concerts.
A couple of concerts. All right.
A couple of
Nice.
concerts. Yeah, originally it was just gonna be one concert. But my friend just happens to also be in a band, and his concert was close to the other concert we were going to. So he's like, "Hey, you can just come to our concert."
All right.
That's cool.
That's an interesting experience, at least. Yeah.
What kind of music do they do?
They do. Well, he's in a few bands actually.
Any
But the one
metal?
I will be, that is one of them. The one I will be going to see though is a satirical rock band.
A satirical.
They
rock
they
band.
yeah they do goofy songs, like they've got a song called "Ridiculous," which is about them trying to become best friends with Paul Rudd. And
man.
they got a song called Amity Island, which is basically a whole bunch of made up shark facts, such as sharks are attracted to blood in the water because they mistake it for ketchup, and sharks don't have a lot of jobs in construction because we don't build enough buildings underwater.
All right. Sounds goofy. But not really satire. Isn't satire supposed to be a commentary on the world or something?
I mean, it could just be like satirizing music in general.
Yeah, I guess so. Fair enough. Alrighty. Elise, how are you doing?
Okay, I've been doing a lot of writing though.
Yeah, finally back in the saddle.
Yeah, mostly because I found out that there's the Page Turner Awards
Ooh.
that are coming up, and the deadline is June 30th, and I want to get my book, the original book I'm writing, done by that time and send it off for submission.
Ooh, so you're a big deadline. Do you have time for this stream then?
Yes, I do. I need a break. I've been writing all week. I need a break.
Yeah, it can be painful for your eyes staring at a white screen all the time.
Well, also I've been that and in between work, and so. But also, I found that as much as I love writing, I do need a day off.
Okay.
Because, yeah, because it is good advice where it's like just take a day off from writing, and then I feel more refreshed the next day, for the rest of the week. So.
Makes sense. Otherwise, you're gonna be unable to see a lot of details.
Yeah.
You're gonna make a lot of mistakes. All right. Well, good luck. Can we vote?
Thank you.
Or is this only elites vote for the prize?
Oh, it's only for the judges.
All right. So it's not send in your votes or something.
Darn,
right?
we can't rig it.
We can't rig it.
No, you can't.
dang it.
Although I could
Roger.
send you a copy to be beta readers,
Yeah.
but
Well, I might as well say, Roger, go and bribe the judges. Because you're good at that.
Yeah, I bribe people all the time.
Bribe them with coconuts. Yeah.
At their hands. Yeah, surprisingly little to talk about this time. Last time we always had the new Sonic games, Sonic Racing and all that, but no big news. Although the Sonic DC comics were coming soon, weren't they?
Yeah, the first issue for that should be coming out in March. So right now it's March, so it should be coming out pretty soon.
My cats are having a battle in my room, so there might be noise from my end.
A fight to the death.
Sonic moving to DC Comics?
Yeah. No, they're just doing a crossover. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, because that did kind of confuse me at first when I first heard about it. It's like, oh, did IDW lose the license? And they're like, no, they're still doing the thing. So yeah. But yeah, now that with DC doing a crossover, it's like, yeah, well, I think I already got an April Fool's episode planned for Archie Sonic Character Files, where I talk about the Image Comics crossover they did with Archie Sonic. So that'll be a fun one to do for April Fools.
Should you really be saying that? Now you spoiled the fun and the big surprise.
Ooh.
Well, who knows? You know, it's still early. Might change, especially with freaking tax day coming up.
Oh,
But yeah, as of right now, I've been very busy working on the Shadow episode because now, good news, everyone. There's me and Dracola just got done with all the lines. So as of now, the rough recording track is like over an hour and 30 minutes. So there's gonna be a lot of editing, mostly on my part to cut out like flubs and goofs and whatnot. But I'm gonna hazard a guess that the Shadow episode is gonna be the longest episode I've done, maybe like close to an hour or so.
That's huge, but yeah, it's Shadow, and of course Dracold has a lot to say about that.
Yeah, which is kind of an interesting coincidence because when we were working on the episode and I was watching the Shadow Dissected episode to kind of help get in the mood or whatnot, and then I noticed, oh wow, that video is almost going to turn 10 years old. So what if play? Because is September 1st, 2025 will officially be the 10th anniversary of the Shadow Dissected episode.
Alright, and we feel old again. How wonderful.
So until then, I already did a much shorter episode covering Ash Mongoose, because I just kind of thought it'd be interesting. It's like, oh yeah, the character that's not very well loved. So I figured, okay, I'll do a video and see if if he's a one-note jerk or if there is some hidden depth to his character and he's just been unfairly bashed by the fan base. So you can go watch that. Yeah.
Alrighty. Luke, you having any April Fool's plans coming up?
I don't know what I'm planning to do. It depends if I've got the time for it, to be honest.
Oh yeah, so busy with your home, of course.
Yeah, and also got a few things going on this month, like, next Sunday I've got a family gathering because next Sunday would have been my great uncle's 100th birthday. He passed away a year ago, and then also in 2 weeks I'm going on a family holiday to Brighton because my mum's been chatting with a long-lost relative who happens to be living there and wants to meet up with them and decided to come along. And also because my aunt also lives in near Brighton and thought go and see her as well.
Lucky you that she lives in such a nice place.
Yeah.
Although, of course, you live already at a beach town, so it's not that exotic for you. From one beach town to another. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Alrighty. And then I have to think about April Fools, what I'm going to do. If I'm going to do requests again, or just going to try to finish what I started last year.
Or maybe bring back the old Q&A bits.
Yeah, should we do that? I guess I have to make an announcement video to ask for requests.
Yeah.
Thinking about...
Indeed.
What is it, Euan?
Just saying, indeed.
Indeed. Anyway, shall we move to our first Sonic Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog's episode, Sonic Song.
Yep.
Yep, it'll be in the pinned message section.
Alrighty, then let's get it started. You people ready for the YouTube poop?
Yep, I get to make my return in doing the intro.
Yeah, you're gonna do this.
Trying
I'm waiting for Elise.
Yeah, it's in the pinned comments, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of
Okay.
the chair.
With the
Okay,
Melty
yep.
made.
Yep.
So, made
Yep,
by
I
Melty.
found it.
Yep, I'm ready.
Are you folks ready? Then 3,
Ready.
2, 1. Sonic Song.
I love Catty Carlisle. No, there's no cool cat in town, don't you try to take her down. She's so cat, she's so cat, she's so cool cat. Make a party the night she will show you how to love. She's so cat, she's so cat, she's so cool cat.
I hear music!
Damn!
That was a creative one in the song form this
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I figure since the episode is all about singing, that it's like, what better way to start an intro than doing a YouTube poop music video?
Yeah, very creative.
Is that like
I hear music.
Yeah, me taking a jab at YouTube's broken copyright system.
yeah.
But yeah, that was quite a bit of a beefy video to put together because I basically had to skim through like a video that someone posted of like 5 hours of Oliver Robotnik's dialogue from the show to get like
Oh my
every
God.
single line I needed from various episodes. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
was the song he's singing like a reference to something?
Yeah, that actually is a real song. It's simply just called Cool Cat, and it's themed after Garfield. So yeah, just look up Garfield
Oh.
Cool Cat, and you'll find it. It's a very catchy
Okay.
song. Yeah. So yeah, I got to make Robotnik sing the song, and obviously replace all the G's because he's preferring Catty Carlisle.
Of course.
Yeah, I was surprised I was able to find like every single line for that. I think the only bit of sentence mixing I had to do was the opening where he says "theirs," and I'm sure it's in there somewhere, but I didn't skim through the entire video. It was just, okay, I need the basics here and there. So yeah.
Alrighty. Well done. Must be quite the challenge finding all those words, indeed.
Yeah, in fact, like after we did the live stream like last time, like the next day, I just spent the whole day just skimming through all the lines to like get every line that I needed for that song.
Dedication, yeah.
Hmm.
Right, so Sonic Song, written by Kevin Donahue and Donald P. Zappala. For a moment I thought it was Zappa working on it, from Frank Zappa, but sadly not. Otherwise the song would have been more crazy, I'm sure. Melty, you were also doing the synopsis?
Yeah, I decided to do the synopsis as well. Yeah.
Alrighty, then the stage is yours.
Alright. So, right, so the episode starts off with, with our Mad Dog Max announcing Catty Carlisle, announcing her new song, Sonic Song, dedicated to our hero Mobius. And since it's all based off of Green Hill Zone, it's clearly Roger's favorite song. But anyway, so yeah, then we get Scratch and Grounder getting ready to do another trap on Sonic. And
Sorry.
What?
Sorry, I just sneezed.
Oh, we didn't even hear
Oh,
it.
we didn't hear it.
Oh, sorry.
Lucky.
I didn't even hear it. Yeah.
Must have been a silence.
It was invisible sneeze.
No, it was pretty loud on my end, but I guess the microphone didn't pick up.
Too high pitched. Lucky us.
Yeah. Alright, so anyway, yeah, Scratch and Ground are getting ready to catch Sonic, and while they're waiting, they decide to pull up the radio to like listen to some tunes, and it's a Sonic song. And despite it being about Sonic, they actually quite enjoy it and start jamming and beating to it, and even Sonic shows up jamming and beating to it. But then he like zooms off. It's like, hey, why didn't the trap work? It's like, oh, that's why the bear trap was sent to the off position. So they turn it on, and yeah, there they go. They get captured themselves. So yeah, so they decide to make it back to Robotnik, who's extremely pissed off because he's really pissed off of how every radio station is just playing Sonic's song like so many times, and he's determined to destroy that song. So he finds out where it's located and sends Scratch and Grounder off to find it. Of course, we get like a brief gag, is like accidentally gives him like a wadded parchment of him looking for a mate. But yeah, so they go off to the radio station and try to capture a Catty, but thankfully Sonic was listening in on the radio and hears what's going on. So he does his whole shtick of like, oh, Scratch and Grounder, you're famous radio. So, kind of butters up like, oh yeah, Scratch and Grounder, radio stars, yeah. So that gives Sonic enough time to get Catty out of there. And then they get a call from Robotnik, who pretty much blares on all the major speakers at the studio. It's like, oh, you dumb bots, you let Sonic get away. So they take Caddy to her private recording room, and Sonic has to have that song be played, but she can't do that because she left her guitar behind, and it's custom made, so he has to go and get it. So, oh great! Now I just saw that photo of Scratch, and like, oh, I'm all yours, Melty. What the hell?
Sorry. Good helper.
You, Roger. You know I'm into Grounder more.
He's more cuddly.
Yeah. So, okay, yeah. So Scratch and Grounder botch it up. They make it back to Robotnik's fortress, where they try to sneak off to their rooms, but Robotnik's like, "Nope, get in here, bitches." So yeah, so he's really frustrated with how Sonic's song is still going, and he decides, I'll destroy all music. And so he does that by creating the Music Destroyer Robot, or MD for short, to go out and destroy music. And the way this robot works is that apparently whenever he hears music, it really gives him a migraine. So apparently Robotnik has a thing for torture porn, I guess. But yeah, so the robot is sent out to destroy all music, from violins to this one cardboard cutout music store that looks completely fake, but no, there's apparently music in there. So Caddy sees like this baby kangaroo is getting attacked by the robot, and yeah, pushes the kid out of the way, and then she gets captured. And then Tails tries to save her, but nope, poor kid gets stuck in a windsock, or whatever it's called. So, yeah. So MD drops off Catty off to Robotnik, and Robotnik grabs her by the hat, which somehow stays glued onto her head, and he's basically like, Catty, you're just the girl I need to write my own song! So he proceeds to do so by playing the accordion, and it's like, alright, you'll finish it! And then, of course, gave us the, one of our classic memes of Robotnik, with that whole "Door song" face that he makes. And so, yeah, so Caddy plays the accordion to play Robotnik's song, but she changes the words, so it's, oh, Robotnik's a fool, Sonic's so cool, and Robotnik's really pissed off. It's like, alright, you can write the rest of my song in a dungeon! So she gets sent off, and, yeah, it then cuts back to Sonic and Tails, who are, it's explaining everything of what's happening, and decided, like, okay, we'll go to Robotnik's fortress and save Caddy. So, yeah, so while that's going, they do that, and then MD shows up, where he just, I guess, trips and falls on Sonic. But, yeah, then it leads into a bit of a chase, and it pretty much ends with Sonic and Tails falling, with the robot falling, and, yeah, they land on the ground, but then the robot falls on top of them and captures them. And meanwhile, back at Robotnik, he decides, alright, I'll just write my own song instead. So he does so while showing off his magnificent caboose. And we see Scratch and Grounder are promoted to backup singers. So while he's working on that, MD shows up like, I captured the hedgehog and fox and locked them up. And it sounded like Christopher Walken for some reason. But yeah, so Robotnik's so overjoyed that he decides to promote MD to be the main S6 squad member, and demote Scratch and Grounder to just backup singers only, which they really don't like. So yeah, they're complaining like, I don't want to be a backup singer, And so Sonic tricks them to helping them out, where at first he manages to trick them to pull out MD's fuse, because apparently that's his main power source. And so, like, okay, so, to get on Robotnik's good side again, we'll pretend that you chase us and then catch us in the cell. Yeah, that'll work. So they tell Robotnik what's going on, and then he shows up and is like, alright, catch him, boys! If you do, I'll give you anything! So, yeah, so they do that, but then Sonic and Tails skip over the trap, and instead Scratch and Grounder end up getting caught instead, where... Yeah, that's pretty much a weird scene because, I mean, one, there's a pretty lengthy error where we see the registration holds on the celluloids for quite a long time, and two, the bars are, like, really spaced out, so they could have easily escaped, but nope, they're stuck there. But yeah, Robotnik sees that the main fuse from MD has been pulled out, which looks completely different from earlier, but yeah, anyway, the robot's back in commission, and Sonic decides to, put a plan together to get rid of MD. So he pretty much plays a bunch of music that's kept in a big warehouse that Robotnik's storing all the music, and I see that. Yes, Roger's skipping ahead of time with that one Grounder pick. But anyway.
Sorry.
All right. Yeah, that's the next episode, Roger. Okay, so yeah, they go in the warehouse, they play the music, and he's like, Music! Stop that music! So they play like a lot of tunes to really get him off, and then Sonic plugs in a guitar, which, yeah, popular choice for Sonic, which was the style at the time. So he plays like really loud music, and Robotnik's pissed off, like, MD destroy it! But then MD overloads and blows up, and Robotnik does the whole "I hate that hedgehog" catchphrase, and gets caught up in the sale. And then, so all three of them are trapped in there, which Robotnik gives off an insult that definitely wouldn't fly over in today's standards. But anyway, they try to get him out, but fail. And then the radio starts playing Sonic's song again, which Robotnik really gets pissed off because I guess Scratch and Grounder are dancing, and it's like, ah! And then he just lifts the jail cell and chases after them with it. But yeah, so Day is saved, Catty's freed, and apparently she learns how to play the accordion during her jail time. Though apparently she still needs practice, so she goes back to her usual guitar gimmick, which of course ends with the 1 millionth time of playing Sonic song. And now if only there was an actual full track of that song, and not just bits and pieces throughout the whole episode. But anyway, and then we get our Sonic Says, which is actually relevant to the episode. It's like, oh yeah, music's great, Tails, but don't play like your earpods or headphones and whatnot too loud, or else it'll damage your eardrums. And yeah, that's it.
All right, applause for Melty.
Oh, yeah.
No
Yeah.
applause.
There you go.
Oh, there it is.
You deserve a very confused late applause, not a proper one, but a very awkwardly long one. There you go.
Yeah, very long one. I'm just that magnificent with my sexy voice.
That's something different than an applause. But yeah, I'm only noticing now that I guess the animators got the pun wrong, because indeed Sonic had to take out the fuse of the robot, but then the first time we see like a lit fuse, and then the second time it's more like an electronic fuse. So I guess they tried to make a pun, but then forgot about it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
I
really
thought
weird.
that was a very easy weak spot for him.
Yeah, that was kind of pathetic. Like he was an actual threat the whole episode, and then he just gets killed off screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was very awkward. Oh well.
Yeah, like, oh yeah, just pull out his main fuse, so I guess that means his butt is like a bomb or something, but you never really go that far with it.
Yeah.
I like the robot because he put up a really good fight with Sonic. Like he keeps making the slapstick backfire on Sonic. It was very kind of interesting to see. Like he's tricked to fall off a cliff, like always happens with a robot, but then he actually grabs Sonic along with it, and then Sonic escapes when he just lands on him. That was pretty cool to kind of see them like constantly like slapstick each other, out slapstick each other. That was a really
They're
nice.
trying to one up each other in the slapstick department.
That was pretty cool.
It's so funny. Like I like Tails, like, because like MD and Sonic are falling, and Tails goes and saves Sonic, and then lands, but somehow MD is above them. And like Sonic and Tails just celebrate like a second too soon, and they just smash.
I love his fighting moves anyway, like especially his first move where you see him very intimidating and then he just flops on the ground right on top of Sonic. Like it's pathetic but effective at the same time. I love it. Like, oh, the
And
robots
then he
always
holds
hit...
Sonic and Tails up, and you're flatter than pancakes.
That
Yeah.
too, yeah.
It's Paper Sonic, yeah.
So pretty effective robot. I like it. Yeah.
Yeah. But I can imagine, like, with that kind of voice that he has, I imagine nowadays people are like, wow, that robot is very fruity.
I guess so, but don't say it to his face or he'll flop on top of you. Flop.
And unlike these characters, you do not operate by cartoon physics.
Yeah, so you're pretty dead.
Yeah.
I do want to correct Melty on something. Sonic Song is not based on Green Hill Zone. It's based on the Sonic 1 intro.
Oh, right.
Yeah. And
Yeah, I
by the
know
way,
that.
to this day, whenever I hear the Sonic 1 intro, I do hear these lyrics in my head.
Yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog, you can catch what you can see.
It is very catchy, yes.
Yeah. It's very catchy, but sadly, there's not a full version of that song. There's like some additional lyrics that are fully hearable, or at least mildly hearable. But then there's like a completely second verse that's mostly blurred out, or covered up by scratch and grounder conversations.
Oh well, we could recreate it and have Elise sing it. She's a nice singing voice, right?
Could do that.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Just find a
Sonic the Hedgehog, you can't catch what you can't see. Sorry, my voice is not really good right now.
Not today.
Not today, but
someday.
You tried. Yeah.
just because it's cold here and I've been having a runny nose, so.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's not
yeah.
good now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sick. It's just it's really cold here, so.
But yeah, that was a pretty funny episode. A lot of great moments. I love the part where Robotnik is making a song and then the robot walks in and goes, "Nah, this is not real music."
Should I stop that? No, it's definitely not music.
Also, I love Tails' karate kick to the robot's face. That was pretty cool. You rarely see Tails do something like that. That's pretty intense.
God, I just.
One thing I did
freaking
like-
love. Oh,
Luke
you
first.
go ahead, Luke.
What I liked is when you in Robotnik's lair, you see like a very strange abstract art picture of Robotnik.
Yeah, I love that artwork. That looks great. Yeah.
That's what I look like. Yeah.
Because I am beautiful.
Sala, what were you
Speaking
gonna
of
say?
artwork, I happened to see that little picture you drew of me strangling Melody.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I was trying
that's
hard
actually
to laugh.
It's actually a fantastic segue because that's what I was going to talk about. Is the scene of MD just reaching into the window and grabbing the penguin playing violin. It's just yoink. Funny frame. And yeah, I made the joke of Elise when Melty makes another dirty joke.
Yeah. And then I
Rock
rocked the
through
pelican.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I feel like Sylvia would do that too. Yeah.
Poor Melty. World's out against her.
Sorry, Melty.
Actually, you know what that image makes me think of? If MT is Nintendo and the Pelican is someone making a fan game.
Oh, jeez.
Oh yeah.
Yep, that is definitely the better joke. I wish I had came up with that.
Okay, we need a moment.
Yep.
Yeah, need a moment.
Many memes you can do with that picture. I love it.
Yeah, I'm surprised that hasn't become a meme. Yeah. I guess there's no love for poor MD. Yeah.
Nope.
Oh boy. Woo. Oh my gosh.
So, oh yeah, speaking of MD, yeah, like when he's on the prowl to destroy all music, it's like, okay, he barges into like a music shop. And then when he barges in, it's like, okay, you can see the rest of the background, so it looks like just like a cardboard cutout. But like, no, he comes out with all this music. Like, what the hell?
Oh well, that's Sonic's abstract art style. Yeah, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, I don't know, maybe it was like a prop for movie sets and such, and he just literally just managed to bring out all real musical instruments for some reason.
Yeah, TARDIS logic. Yeah.
Yeah, quite literally, just like all the music instruments are just there for him just to merely pick up and just bring out, like, you know, in a real movie would do.
Also, the whole premise of Robotnik wanting to ban all music. I mean, I know I bring this cartoon up multiple times, but there was this UK cartoon we had called Oscar's orchestra where this evil tyrant named Vladius Vent wanted to ban all music for all eternity. I remember in the first episode there was this guy just walking around whistling and he just falls down a trapdoor.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember the cartoon you were referring to.
Yeah, it was basically Sonic Sat.AM if Sonic was a flying talking piano.
Yeah.
Voiced by Dudley Moore.
I could barely tell the difference.
Well, I mean, it's also blue, so that definitely matches.
Yeah.
Can you tell the difference between the two?
No.
No, you can't.
You know, it's here in my notes while we're near the subject of like Robotnik getting the idea to get rid of music. I love how like we see him get the idea to get rid of all music and then reveal he's already built a robot just for that purpose.
I wanted to bring that up too. Yeah, that was great. I have an idea, and here's all the tools I need. Instantly ready.
Where was this robot in Sonic Underground?
That's a good point. Yeah.
Music was too much for poor MD to handle, especially with Manic.
Oh yeah! I was gonna say, wait a minute, Sonic Underground had Manic, and he's OP, so...
Yeah.
Then we can immediately cut to the climax where he explodes, yeah.
Yeah, Sonic, no, Manic just does his insane drum roll, and the robot can't handle it, so he just explodes.
Yeah,
it's like the whole episode, it's like the robot is sent out, destroy hedgehogs and music, and Manic's like, don't worry, I got this, and it's like, oh shit!
Or no, it's like the scene with Robot, oh no! Ah!
Exactly.
The moment when Elise explodes with laughter and sends Robotnik flying.
Yeah, the Robotnik goes.
Oh no, Elise is gonna die today.
Hello, Elise, use the pillow!
I don't have it!
Oh, then we're all fucked. Yeah.
Oh gosh. Oh yeah. I can see it on the screen right now, but I just love Sonic flattens himself up against the wall, and I just immediately thought of Link Between Worlds. So I called it The Legend of Sally, a Sonic Between Worlds.
Alright.
Yeah, that looks kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
And he's so happy while he's doing it.
Like, hey,
what I find funny is that the way that the scene is shot, it almost looks like Sonic was just running a straight line, then he just randomly pressed himself up against the wall and the robot ran past him as if he just turned invisible all of a sudden.
Actually, it looks like Sonic's death sprite, but it looks happy about it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Boom.
He's happy he's part of the background now.
Yeah, I'm a background character.
It's Sonic's worst nightmare, the little egotistical punk.
Oh yeah. My friends doing things? Never!
Exactly.
In one shot, like after Robotnik sends Scratch and Grounder out to destroy all music, and they just immediately pull out their boombox and start playing Sonic song again.
Yeah.
Robotnik uses the subatomic slow-go beam weapon from the Sloth episode to destroy the boombox. I thought that was interesting.
Oh, really?
I guess he
Continuity.
Yeah, I guess he reprogrammed it to be just a regular laser.
Yeah, because the crystal inside of it broke, so it's just a beam weapon now.
Well, Robotnik did say he's in the recycling business, so there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was
that's
the next episode.
so.
But still.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of Robotnik, I feel like this is like the one episode where we see like the most pissed off looking Robotnik. There's like so many expressions where he's like just so angry and filled with rage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially that one bit where like he hears Caddy changing up the verses and he's like, ah! You see his like teeth are all cracked and
You got
everything.
it all wrong.
No, you've got it reversed. Yeah.
It's funny that like he even reacts before she she changed any of the lyrics.
You could just
Like
sense it.
she just said Robotnik, and then he's already mad.
Well, I mean, his song starts off with Robotnik, but yeah, when he hears he's a fool, then he's really pissed. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, but he was already
Yeah,
pissed
but
before. I guess you could
yeah,
hear
he
it to her
reacts
tone of
before she
voice.
says fool.
He could just sense it coming.
Also, Caddy seems to get worse at the accordion as the episode goes on. Because like she's like, I don't play the accordion, and then she's just immediately really good at it. And then later on, she's like, I'm learning the accordion, and she's really bad at it all of a sudden.
That's realistic. Sometimes that happens. But you start thinking too much
Yeah.
about it, you sabotage yourself. Oh well.
Yeah.
Am I the only one who's a little disappointed at the climax? I mean, at first I kind of liked the idea that Robotnik was trapped and while he was forced to listen to the radio, I thought it was the perfect ending, but then he just gets up and drags a cage along with him. I thought it was disappointing. I liked it more when he was trapped under it.
And then he starts chasing Scratch and Grounder around instead of destroying the boombox. So he's
Yeah.
just listening to the song the entire time.
For no reason.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Then of course, yeah. Before all that, we got that bit where they're in the cage and Robotnik's like, get me out, you mental midgets!" It's like, well, that's definitely a line that wouldn't fly well today.
Nope.
Yeah.
Beer.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Also, that cage is on his neck. That should have killed him.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like laid flat on him. It's like, yeah, you think he'd be suffocating and whatnot.
Or snap his spine, but yeah. It's cartoons.
Yeah,
But
it's
then he
cartoon
just later
like-
picks up the cage and starts chasing
Yeah.
Scratch and Grounder with it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think because he's realised like he's actually holding on to it, so that's why he can't get it off
Yeah.
at first, because he's
Yeah.
literally just holding it down himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why
And
can't
even
I
so-
get this thing off me?
And even so, like when they talk about, "Oh, get me out," it's like, dude, the bars are like spaced off like way far apart. You can just
Yeah.
easily slip through.
Even you could fit through those bars.
Yeah, even Robotnik can get through them.
Speaking of Robotnik's weight, according to his personal ad, he apparently weighs 700 pounds, which could maybe more because he could be lying.
Yeah.
It could be because it's for a dating profile. He could be lying.
Yeah. Robotnik on chat roulette. Yeah.
The only problem is if Robotnik would he lie to be weighing less or more? Is he proud of it?
Well, obviously less.
Or
Yeah.
maybe he's proud of it.
Like-
He's even building it up more.
Maybe.
But
Yeah.
no, I'm even
Yeah.
fatter. There's
Yeah,
even more of
it's
me to
fatter.
love. I mean, it is Robotnik we're
You know, I
talking
could
about
do
here.
that. Yeah. Yeah. Canon Robotnik, for the record, weighs 282 pounds. So, Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog Robotnik has like 400 pounds on him.
So,
Yeah. It's still trying to get some love on the dating sites. Yeah. Let me be your chubby hubby.
Oh god.
Oh my.
But yeah, and then, of course,
Uh,
speaking of all that weight, yeah, how about that caboose, eh? All that attention
yeah.
there.
Maybe that's where most of the weight comes from.
probably.
It's also where a lot of the animation budget went.
Yeah, pretty much.
Almost like a
Yeah.
Mulder
Yeah,
and
like-
Scully moment from the Simpsons episode where they just watch Homer just running on a treadmill and they get too fixated on how much his jiggly fat is almost hypnotic.
Yeah, look at that blubber fly. Yeah.
Classic episode. I love that one.
Oh,
Diet. Diet.
I have
Yeah,
I've
go
got to
on.
say though, well, two things. One, it feels like a lot happens in these episodes.
Mhm.
Like even though they're short, like they're only like 22 to 23 minutes. But it feels like so much happens. I feel like I'm watching an hour long.
Yeah.
It's hyper. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hyper. It's
Yes.
I kind of think that this is a bit of the opposite of Sonic Prime, where with Sonic Prime, like not much happened in a lot of episodes, so it dragged, and I felt like I was watching an hour-long movie. Where in this one, so much happens, that I feel like I'm watching an hour-long movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah. Adventures of Sonic is still better than Sonic Boom because like the jokes are much more snappier and quick, and not like slow as ass in Sonic Boom.
Yeah. Just like Sonic
Yeah.
himself. Hey.
I remembered when this cartoon was shown on this UK show we had called The Big Breakfast, and they would divide the episodes into like roughly 5 or 10 minute parts. So it does feel like you watched like an entire series during the week.
I bet, yeah.
I wasn't a fan of that.
Huh.
I just wanted to watch the full episode, not like segments of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then another thing is that this made me want to watch Sonic Underground again.
Oh yeah, I'm just noticing in the chat that Jagger pointed out, isn't this ironic that Robotnik is described as a horrible singer, yet his voice actor is a talented musician? And yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
Probably an in-joke, yeah. Cole already brought that up in the chat earlier.
Is he described as a horrible singer or a horrible songwriter?
It says horrible singer in the chat.
I know,
No, but in the
that's
episode.
what Jagger said. But in the episode, is he ever described as a bad singer?
Not
like-
specifically.
No, not really.
MD says like he's definitely not making music, but that could be composition thing. I don't think Robotnik's a bad singer,
Yeah.
and his voice actor definitely isn't.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Wasn't.
Yeah, rest in peace, Baldy.
Yeah. Long John
Yeah.
Baldry.
Long John Baldy.
Long John Baldry.
Yeah.
Can't imagine he had a lot of fun just pretending just to be a bad singer as Robotnik. I am a genius. I am.
Yeah. Yeah.
Always.
I do want to point out a very strange moment in the cartoon, like when Scratch and Grounder like get demoted to backup singers. You hear their laughter, but they're not doing anything. So I assumed it was just MD and Robotnik laughing at them off screen.
Yeah. That is
It was
weird.
a bit weird.
That was indeed very awkward.
Like, I suppose they're just like, wait, we're supposed to be laughing? This isn't funny.
And also, since the animation stopped there, there was just one still picture that kept going. So it feels like they just had to like add 20 seconds to the runtime or something.
Yeah. No, they just they realize like, oh, we're like getting low on animation. What's our priority? Well, Robotnik's caboose. Okay, you got me there.
Why? Just why?
It was the 90s, you know. It was all about butts and fart jokes and stuff like that. Yeah.
And we can't forget that
Yeah,
Robotnik is the sexiest man ever drawn.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I do have in my notes just a note that says "Doi Show."
Oh yeah, Dory Show. Classic Robotnik meme. Yeah.
It's weird seeing like all of these like famous moments in context. They feel edited in.
Yeah.
I like the idea of Sonic working together with Scratch and Grounder at the end, to the point that I kind of feel bad that Sonic betrays them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I legitimately thought like, oh, he's gonna be helpful to them. He's gonna fall in.
Oh, sorry.
We heard
Yes, I
that
did hear
one.
that.
We heard that one.
That sounded like a fake sneeze there. Yeah.
No, it was real, I promise.
But yeah, I legitimately thought that they were actually going to help Scratch and Grounder by falling into the trap, and then they didn't, and I felt betrayed. Sonic, how could you?
Yeah, they're such good boys. You know, they used to be on
Oh, he
radio.
does cooler things to them in the next episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a real menace.
Oh yeah, but that's for next time. Yeah. Yeah.
I always feel bad for Scratch and Grounder as a kid.
Yeah.
Poor robots. They don't deserve all their pain. And why does Robotnik program robots to feel pain anyway?
Yeah.
Let's say this
Why
thing.
am I programmed to feel?
Because, yeah, like Scratch and Ground are going through all the pain, and then, like, MD is, like, specifically programmed to feel pain when he hears music. So it's like, alright, clearly Robotnik has some kind of torture porn thing going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of nasty.
I think he just takes absolute pleasure in just watching his machine suffer.
I guess so.
Yeah, music to my ears, hearing them scream in pain.
Did somebody say music?
Yeah, now there's an idea. Who can do the best MD voice? Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh, dear.
Somebody say music.
Yeah, I hear music.
Well, there's no point because Melty's
that's-
obviously the better one.
Yeah. Melty just won.
Music is against the law.
Yeah,
A law for Robotnik.
yeah.
Did somebody say music?
I hear
Damn, Elise is pretty good too.
Yeah. No talking to the prisoners.
Yeah, I think Melty wins.
Oh, this?
Yeah, Melty.
Nah, this is clearly not music.
Got to sound more nasally, I suppose.
Yeah, more nasally.
Nah, this is.
You know, it kind of sounds like you gotta
nah,
do
this
like.
doesn't sound- This clearly ain't music.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the key to try and sound like MD. You gotta try and sound like, you know, channel some way of like, you know, Dr. Hibbert in a way. Just a lot more nasally.
You mean Dr. Frank?
Oh right, yeah,
Yeah.
Dr. Frank. Yeah, that's right.
Because
I
I
don't
mean,
know why I
the
thought
other doctor you mentioned.
Who was the
has
name
a
of
bit
that actor in the original version of the Nutty Professor? I can't remember his name now.
Oh, Jerry Lewis.
Yeah, Jerry Lewis.
Lady.
Lady.
Who was also the inspiration for Professor Frink from Simpsons.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Some of those axes live on forever. Just like
Yeah.
Bugs Bunny is basically based on Mark's Grouch, I think, or something. So all these old axes just keep going.
Yeah.
Well, at least in terms of poses, not in terms of talking, I suppose.
Yeah. But yeah, it's kind of ironic that, well, coincidence that, you know, yeah, Professor Frink, you know, the Jerry Lewis character, and then later we see Professor Frink's father, who's actually voiced by Jerry Lewis.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice. I did not know
Yeah.
that. That's great.
Yeah, I think that was from like a Halloween episode or something they did.
Well,
Yeah.
they love doing that. I mean, the Pirates of the Caribbean also did that, right? Like the Jack Sparrow was based on.
Oh yeah. What is his name?
Keith Richards?
Keith Richards. Yeah. Jack Sparrow's based on Keith Richards, so Jack Sparrow's dad is played by Keith Richards. And he gets like one of the best jokes in the entire franchise when he's like talking about the Fountain of Youth. And Jack's like, "Have you been there?" He's like, "Does this face look like it's in the Fountain of Youth?"
Full disclosure, I have not seen that one.
Yeah, I haven't seen
Okay.
that one either. I've only seen like the first three. Yeah.
Those are the
Yeah,
best
it was the
ones,
fourth
anyway.
one.
Oh yeah, the fourth
Yeah.
one. Then,
Yeah,
I
I just
the
kind
fourth
of
one has some
like.
good jokes.
I admit I just really enjoyed the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie, and to me that's kind
Yeah.
of where the story ends. It's just so perfect the way that it ends, where Jack
Yeah.
Sparrow says, "Bring me that horizon," you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So I just,
Yep.
I will say though, the third movie has some really funny bloopers.
Okay.
oh yeah. Yeah, I think my favorite one is like, yeah, they're like Jack Sparrow and the other guy are talking, and then he flubs the line. It's like, oh, like bleep bleep, and Jack's like, bro, now you can't cuss in a Disney film, mate.
It's in a Disney film, mate. My second favorite one is when he, Jack is like having that wine or whatever for the,
Oh yeah.
the brandy, and then it's like, square my deck with Joe's. Everything over.
Yeah.
What's in that?
Yeah.
But I found it funny that you were about to say something positive about the third movie, but then the only thing you say is the bloopers. Like, oh, there's one thing I liked about the movie, the bloopers. Like, ouch.
Well, hey, it was also like the main story in Kingdom Hearts 3, so you know that could have gone worse.
Hardly, because you only go through the first part, then Sora and the others get separated from the rest of the main plot, and then they only come back for the climax.
Yeah, that was very
Oh, yeah,
weird.
that-
Yeah.
Still, I find the whole battle with Davy Jones to be hilarious. Like, you know, you start off, you know, beating the shit out of him with your Keyblade and everything, and then they, you know, reenact the film where, like, you know, Will dies, and then instead of beating up on Dave, they just, like, jump on him. Like, yeah, that'll work.
Please
The way you
don't talk.
phrased it, you made it sound like Sora was almost going to be the new captain of the Dutchman.
That would put a twist on the story.
Yeah.
But please don't talk about Kingdom Hearts 3. I get guilt. I still haven't finished that animation.
Oh yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3. Yeah.
Still in development
So-
now. Yep.
Yeah. So I guess
the
that's
game
gonna
itself.
take. Well, hey, maybe that could
15
be
years?
just like. It could be like Kingdom Hearts 3. Actually, it took 13 years for it to come out, so it'll take 13 years for the parody to come out.
There you go.
You got time.
Indeed. To
There's
find
one
it-
thing Kingdom Hearts fans are good at, it's waiting.
Because there's still no info about Kingdom Hearts 4 or mobile game or whatever it is that they were doing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's waiting and and also uploading their previous playthroughs
Yeah.
of the other games.
Yeah.
The only thing I know about 4 is they better fix Sora's goddamn shoes. I will not see Sora with normal sized feet. That is blasphemy. Give my boy his clown shoes back.
Yeah. Most I know about Kingdom Hearts 4 is that Sora's possibly in the real world. That one gal from Kingdom Hearts Key back cover or whatever it is is still there, and supposedly Hades will also play a part in some way. But
Oh, okay.
oh yeah, like they do, like they did show off that cutscene of, like Donald and Goofy going into this dark area, and then this blue flame shows up, and they're being attacked. It's like, okay, I guess they went to the underworld to see if Hades was having Sora or whatever.
See more of Kairi. Call me a fangirl, but I want to see more of Kairi.
She's been very underutilized, yeah.
Yeah, very underutilized. Well, unless you play like the DLC for 3, where you have the option to play as Kairi to beat up Masters. Damn it, I forgot the name.
Xehanort.
It's Master Xehanort. That's it. I don't know why I blacked out on that. So hey, at least you get to see Kairi beat up Christopher Lloyd. So there's one thing.
And isn't that what it's all about? Anyway, going a little off topic. You had an animation cell for this Sonic episode?
No, it was the next episode.
Ah, I keep screwing that up. Sorry. I thought I saw the music and oh, now I see Wes there.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hold on. I think we got the correct sound effect for this.
Not to fart again. Ah.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
I'm so sorry. It's all my fault.
Yeah, we all blame you for
Yeah.
that.
Well, hey, it wasn't Dissected Alive without going off topic.
Quite so.
Yeah.
And hey, Kingdom Hearts is also my bread and butter anyway, so not bad.
Before we move on to the next episode, I do want to real quick point out the radio DJ in this episode, Mad Dog Max, is a parody of the real life DJ Wolfman Jack, who sadly passed away a year and a half after this episode came out. But I definitely got the reference right away just because of the distinct voice of Wolfman Jack. Like, hey, it's the Wolfman. Ow! Yeah, I did not do that howl justice.
Oh.
But yeah, a real person, really cool person. Rest in peace.
Indeed.
But yeah, I think someone also pointed out there was a very lengthy animation error where the top part of the
Yeah, Melty brought
cell
it
frame
up,
was.
yeah. Melty brought it up, yeah.
Yeah.
And the animation
Yeah,
error.
I've seen that
Oh
as
yeah,
well,
the animation area, yeah, with the the registration holes that are visible surprisingly a long time.
Yeah.
How the hell did no
Oh.
one notice that?
I didn't notice it, so.
but- well, now you do.
You were too distracted of pitying poor Scratch and Grounder.
Yeah, that's it. I was so distraught.
Oh well.
Yeah, quite
I
surprising.
also like the references to loads of various bands after scratching the ground
Yeah.
and the LB shelf. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's like Kiz and oh God, what
Ramones.
was some of the other ones?
Ramones, I see, and Lynn.
Ramones, yeah.
Liar.
Slyar,
Liars. Yep, Slyer.
Link Way,
All
Link
them
Ray,
parodies.
Young.
I don't know what that one is. Oh, Ara instead of ABBA. behind Grounder's arm is we can only see Net Jackson, so it could be just Janet Jackson, but we don't get to see it.
Would be fitting since he stole one of Sonic's songs, like Bridge Zone. She made a song about that.
There's Dr. Comma Dre. Don't know what the heck's up with that one, but
Lim.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but either way, they're most likely a lot of band references that today's kids will have no idea what the hell they are. Yeah.
Ask Lily in the chat.
I don't know who some of them are. Like I don't know what Link Ray is supposed to be.
That's a good question. I don't know. Probably not Linkin Park anyway. That's after this.
But yeah, just noticing, Captain Fury being like furious, like blue arms.
Blue arms.
Yeah, the most common error back in the 90s, yeah.
But now we never make those mistakes again. Not in a movie and not in Sonic Boom.
Yeah.
Because it's
They're
no
not
longer an
mistakes
error.
if they're intentional, right? Right.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, no, they're
Artistic
not.
choices.
Yeah, they're not blue. They're just, it's just your eyes playing tricks with you. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
You have a very bad TV.
Yeah. Go fix your CRTV. Yeah.
Oh, and speaking of music parodies, Sonic at one point says he's going to do an impression of Eddie Van Hedgehog. Obviously, as a reference to Eddie Van Halen.
Oh, that's the reference, yeah.
Yeah.
References indeed, aren't we lucky? And he's doing a
Which,
Marty McFly thing from the Back to the Future too.
Yeah.
They're stealing so many things.
Which is funny because in Back to the Future, Marty has a tape of Eddie Van Halen, which was interesting because from what I heard, the producers of Back to the Future reached out to Van Halen if they could use some of their music, and they said no. But Eddie Van Halen specifically just did some guitar riffs for them, and so they just used those.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I always heard that Eddie Van Halen wasn't a nice guy, but I don't know. But, all right.
Yeah.
Good to know. Shall we move on to the next episode?
Yeah.
Birth of a Salesman.
Oh.
Sadly, not Death of a Salesman. Otherwise, we would have lost a great character, I guess.
Oh, real quick, I just found out Eddie Van Halen is from the Netherlands.
Yes, he is Dutch. That is correct.
I did not know that. Anyway.
Even we can create talent sometimes. Yes. Birth of a Salesman. Is everyone ready for the poop?
Yep.
I've got it up.
All ready? Then I'll count us
Hold
down.
on.
What? Oh.
Yeah, gotta find it. It was busy.
Trying to find another talented Dutchman?
Yeah. No, I was talking with someone for a bit. It's like, oh, no, gotta do this thing.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Melty.
now I'm ready.
Alrighty.
Okay, now I'm ready. Yep.
3, 2, 1, and birth.
How are you? Wes Weasley's the name.
Speed's my game.
D-A-L-L-A-S. And that stands for
Point.
Let me show you how it works.
He wants action, he'll get action.
And we got Sala to thank for that one.
Yeah.
And then they died. Yeah.
I think I'm most proud of this one. The scene of the 5 Wes Weasleys running through the door definitely took the longest for me to do because I had to cut out each one individually.
Yeah. Yeah, what's
worth
better
it.
than 1 Wes Weasley? 5 Wes Weasleys.
5.
And you challenge yourself
also
not using
the-
Robotnik. Oh my.
Yeah, well, I mean, it just kind of worked out that way. But I am proud of the fact that I didn't rely too heavily on Robotnik as I did last time, where like 80% of the clips were just Robotnik, and this time he only says point.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like the implication. It was unintentional at first, but like where Wes Weasley melts down Scratch and Grounder, and then he laughs at Robotnik.
Yeah.
Oh man. But yeah, okay. So
Yeah, so that's basically the results of hearing money back guarantee too many times, and he just flips out.
money back guarantee, you said.
Yeah.
Okay, so our episode begins with Robotnik doing what he does best, insulting Scratch and Grounder with a heavy dose of alliteration. Just as Robotnik is beginning to lose hope, the doorbell rings, but before Grounder can open the door, a fast-talking and very charismatic weasel in an unmoving plaid sports jacket bursts in and announces that he is Wes Weasley from Acme the Handy Dandy Supervillain Appliance Distributors Limited, or the HDSVADL for short. Robotnik notes immediately that Weasley is arrogant and obnoxious, which he is a fan of. He asks the salesman what he's got, and Wes Weasley pulls out the HDSVADL Darkinator, which can somehow just steal the light from around it from the top down. Robotnik already sees the potential and asks how much it costs. Wes Weasley informs him that he's getting the one-time special half price, which is 100,000 Mobiums. But wait, there's more! If you call in now, he'll throw in 2 pairs of infrared goggles at no extra charge! Robotnik can't pass up such a deal and buys the device, sending Scratch and Grounder out to catch Sonic with it. Unfortunately for them, they forgot to put on their goggles before turning on the machine. Doubly unfortunate, Sonic is short enough that it barely affects him even when he's standing up, so he just simply crawls under the darkness. Sonic ties Scratch's feet together and attaches the other end to Grounder, and then proceeds to pretend to be a meter maid, and tells them he'll find them if they don't leave, causing Grounder to run away and trip Scratch, then bungee jump back and crash both them as well as the Darkinator. Upon inspecting the device, Weasley informs Robotnik that he will not be receiving a refund due to tampering. To soften the blow, he begins to sell the Doctor yet another gizmo. This time it's the Freeze Banger, which can predictably shoot freezing beams. The Freeze Banger is accidentally demonstrated on Robotnik himself, but he's impressed enough to buy 2 of them. He will regret that decision. Meanwhile, Sonic and Tails are playing Leapfrog. Sonic jumps so far ahead that Tails complains about it even though he can fly. Sonic then jumps even further ahead where he is ambushed by Scratch and Grounder. Instead of firing their freeze bangers immediately, Grounder gloats and gives away exactly what's going to happen. Sonic easily dodges both bots' blasts, which naturally hit each other and turn them into giant ice cubes. Sonic then volunteers to thaw them out by running circles around them and creating flames. While Scratch and Grounder contemplate how much Sonic must like them, the flames intensify so much that the bots begin to melt as well. Somehow, Robotnik collects the melted bots and pours them into molds that somehow actually work. Robotnik ponders why he's even helping them when they always fail, and decides he's simply too sentimental. Wes Weasley returns once again. When Robotnik asks him for his money back, the slimy sleaze cites pilot error, causing Robotnik to instead demand money from Scratch and Grounder themselves. Wes Weasley yanks the money right out of Scratch's hand and begins to pitch their newest invention, the Super Duper Gravity Stopper. He demonstrates it once again on Robotnik and his robotic cohorts, sending them floating towards the ceiling. But he's not done yet! If you order now, he'll throw in 2 pairs of self-gravity boots absolutely free. Meanwhile, Sonic and Tails are on a walk. Tails is tired and asks Sonic if they can take a break, but Sonic naturally gets bored immediately and begins spazzing the fuck out, running back and forth like a lunatic and drilling into the ground for no reason. Nearby, Scratch has the gravity stopper aimed directly at the heroes and activates the machine, managing to actually hit them and locking them in the air. Grounder is so excited that he eats the camera, and we cut to commercial. When we come back, we discover that Scratch and Grounder were only built 4 months prior. What a hectic 4 months it's been.
Yeah.
Sonic begins asking the bots to let him down, but Scratch is smart enough to see through Sonic's basic tricks. So Sonic pulls out his advanced tricks. He reveals that Tails can still fly and can carry him away. Sonic accidentally feeds them information on how Scratch and Grounder could still catch them by having one of them take off their self-gravity boots. And unfortunately, Scratch immediately falls for it and gets caught in midair. Fearing getting stranded in zero gravity forever, Scratch tells Grounder to shut off the machine. Grounder does so by stretching his arm out rather than approaching the machine, causing Scratch to fall on top of him and wrecking them both again. Robotnik, again having to repair them, notes the irony that he is forced to recycle. He pulls out some kind of bike pump that somehow inflates the robots back to their normal state. A robotic maid suddenly bursts into the room, dragging Wes Weasley along. Robotnik threatens the salesman, who immediately promises that he'll issue a full refund if the gravity stopper didn't work. Unfortunately, Grounder admits that the gravity stopper worked fine. It was, and I quote, the self-gravity net that messed us up. What the heck is he talking about? Where was this net? Did he mean the boots? The boots also worked fine, so I don't know what he's referring to.
Yeah.
Wes Weasley also seems to share this delusion and informs them that since this imaginary net was free, again implying that they're referring to the boots, they can't be issued a refund. Robotnik is fucking pissed and begins to hurl insults. Wes Weasley, attempting to de-escalate, begins to reason with him. He points out that all of the machines he sold have worked as advertised, but it was Scratch and Grounder who were defective. He then offers to give Robotnik the opportunity to be the first to try out the HDSVADL de-atomizer, a perfume bottle-looking device that can, as expected, completely de-atomize things, as demonstrated on Scratch, who changes weird colors for some reason. Robotnik declares that he doesn't want to kill Sonic, but wants to put him in a dungeon so he can taunt Sonic. Wes Weasley reveals that the machine is reversible, turning a dial and re-atomizing Scratch. Robotnik asks about a mysterious red switch on the device, which Wes Weasley immediately demands Robotnik not to touch. This infuriates the Doctor, but the shady salesman informs him that the switch is untested and they don't even know what it does, which makes me wonder what the hell the engineers who built it are doing. Robotnik accepts the deal, but forces Weasley to accompany Scratch and Grounder while the animators take a day off. Out by some random cornfield, Scratch and Grounder and their new reluctant companion wait for Sonic. Weasley tries to weasel out, but Grounder forces him to stay. Sonic just happens to come running by, and Scratch grabs the de-atomizer. He asks which switch he's supposed to pull, and Wes Weasley panics as if he's about to pull the mysterious red switch, but Scratch instead pushes the dial as if it's a button. The de-atomizer hits Sonic, who splits into 5 Sonics. 4 of them cut a cornstalk and aim them like rifles, while the 5th Sonic creates a wall of flame, causing the corn to pop and form an inexplicable giant ball of sentient popcorn that chases Scratch and Grounder down the road. One of the Sonics confronts Wes Weasley, who tries to sell the de-atomizer to him, but Sonic turns to his clones and asks them if they should throw him in jail if the device isn't reversible. Under what specific crime, we don't know, but Weasley takes the threat seriously and nervously promises to fix them using an untested feature on a device that they didn't even know could clone people 70 seconds ago. And yes, I did count.
Oh.
Luckily for everyone, it works, and the 5 Sonics combine into one again, even though 5 Sonics had free Mobius from Robotnik's tyranny in a day.
Yeah.
When confronting Wes Weasley to sarcastically thank him, the panicked peddler declares that Robotnik is the worst customer he's ever had, and wishes someone would do something bad to him. Luckily, we get Sonic instead of Luigi, who disguises himself as a shark in a similar suit to Wes Weasley, claiming to be Sid Sharkley, the executive sales manager for the handy-dandy supervillain appliance distributors limited. Robotnik, still furious at Wes Weasley, tells Sharkley to take a hike. Sid claims that he's here to make up for Weasley's mistakes, and presents the super, stupendous, tremendous, horrendous hedgehog-catching Vanquisher. It has the abilities of the Darknator, the Freezebanger, and the Gravity Stopper, all of which are naturally demonstrated on Robotnik himself again, as well as the de-atomizer, which obliterates the Doctor and his dumbbots, and then re-atomizes them not only frozen, but with their heads and legs on each other's bodies, and I don't even want to think about how that works. Scratch and Grounder join in on Robotnik's catchphrase as Sonic reveals himself and leaves them frozen in place. Later, Tails is watching TV when he sees a commercial starring Wes Weasley for a new toy robot that does your chores for you for only $10. Unfortunately, the price did not include almost a dozen necessary attachments, decoupling the price. Decoupling, sorry. Sonic tells kids that the world sucks and good deals don't exist, which brings us to the end of our episode.
All right, applause.
Yeah. So remember, kids, always make sure you pay attention to those shipping fees when it comes to stuff being on eBay. Yeah.
Yep.
So there he is, the legendary Wes Weasley, one of the most popular
The
characters.
legend himself.
Yeah, Wes Weasley! Yeah.
How are you?
How are ya? How are ya? How are ya?
I love this guy.
I think you can tell he was based on Phil Silvers.
Possibly.
I
Maybe.
don't know who that is.
Yeah, I
So
don't
is
know
it
who
Bill
that is
Code?
either.
Mad World?
Oh, never seen it.
All classic stuff before our time.
yeah.
Yep.
It was also the inspiration for Top Cat, I think.
Oh yeah, Top Cat.
Oh. I do know about Top Cat, so. Yeah, but Wes Weasley's great. He's got this unmoving plaid jacket, but like this was like before they could like really do green screen in a cartoon. So like it's actually like hand drawn unmoving plaid, which is like even more impressive.
Yeah, it's kind of like that style that you see on Chowder.
Is that a thing with salesmen? Because Monkey Island also does that with that guy.
Yeah. I don't remember his name, but yeah, he also has an unmoving plaid jacket.
Huh. Is that a thing with salesmen?
Which was like mind-blowingly impressive on like a MS-DOS game. How did they do that?
Very impressive, yeah. Stan was his name. Stanny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that it's a running joke with salesmen. Must be based on the Phil Silvers movie, then, I guess.
And it's probably just the idea of the sports jacket is so iconic for salesmen that like they all of these like different medias give them the sports jacket, and I guess I'll just also thought of the unmoving plaid idea at the same time, so they just kind of combine the ideas. But yeah. God, I'm still so impressed they pulled it off in the original Monkey Island.
Yeah.
For the MS-DOS. How?
Yeah, good artists working for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, with Wes Weasley, so it kind of makes you wonder, is he related to Warpnik in a way, because his hat is always like floating above his head?
Oh, yeah. I gotta have that idea as well.
Yeah, it's the new handy-dandy anti-gravity hat! Only $79.99.
Well, let them stay far away from fish, then, if that's the case.
Oh my god. This episode is so wacky.
Yeah.
Every time Robotic has to like collect and repair Scratch and Grounder, he has like a different method for it, and like none of them make sense.
Yeah, it's like first they're all bandaged up with like crutches and everything, and then he like pours their melted remains into some waffle maker to make them whole again, and then like later he pulls out an air pump to like inflate them back up like they're made out of rubber.
Yeah, I just though the mold especially concerns me. Like, how does that even do anything? It's just molten metal being put into a mold. You should just get like solid chunks of metal, but no, they work, implying that they're the liquid metal from Terminator 2 or whatever.
I find it more odd how that thing like can somehow easily like switch different molds. So like when Grounder's being poured in, it's like, oh, he's gonna get like Scratch's body for like for comedy, but no, he has the Grounder shape because that's what the imprint is somehow.
Yeah.
Impressive technology. Speaking of which, I'm kind of surprised that all of Wes Weasley's inventions just work perfectly fine. It's only Scratch and Grounder screwed it up. I mean, you think that's what the episode's going to be about, like this Sneasley salesman lying or tricking them. But no, Wes Weasley did correctly. All his inventions did exactly what they were supposed to do.
Yeah.
So credit to him.
Telling Robotnik that.
Yeah, even Robotnik mentioned
all my inventions work perfectly. It's your little lackeys that don't work.
Yeah, you have a point.
Wait, are my pants showing?
It's like I definitely get Acme vibes from him because like he is just selling the villain all of these wacky gizmos, which is basically the entire crux of Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner.
Oh yeah.
Well, like Acme products, usually work, but the Wes Weasley's gadgets always work. Seemingly.
Yeah. So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, we may not have Coyote versus Acme, but at least we have this episode.
Yeah.
Indeed.
I'll get over that horrifying image of Scratch and Grounder melting to death.
Yeah.
That was so dark.
Yeah.
Is that looking at the Ark of the Covenant?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, God. And I freaking love, like, this is 2 episodes in a row where Scratch and Grounder are convinced that Sonic likes them.
Oh yeah.
Poor robots.
Maybe he likes it.
And it definitely won't be the last.
Why not? We're charming, handsome, intelligent. Sharp
Not to mention extra smart.
I freaking love how stupid Grounder is. Does this mean the hedgehog doesn't think we're charming, handsome, and intelligent? Just gets pissed.
Yeah.
And even
Yeah,
Asian says
what a
it's
world.
so dark.
Oh my god. I originally wanted to use Grounder melting as the ending of YouTube poop until I realized how many frames of animation I would have to green screen out, and
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
Little too much, yeah.
Yeah.
So I just did him jump scaring the camera.
Yeah, going all FNAF on the end. Yeah. Well, yeah, so just like in the previous episode, this is another one that really has that focus on Robotnik's caboose, mostly with the whole anti-gravity demonstration.
Yep. They
Yeah.
really love that.
What?
Just scratching Grounder to the ceiling.
Yeah,
I thought
especially
you
with
said
all,
it's
like,
the 90s excuse.
Yeah, especially with all those like sexy poses that Robotnik does when he's like floating upward.
I feel light as a feather.
I feel pretty.
Yeah, poor Scratch and Grounder basically getting the full force of his mighty caboose in their faces.
Yeah, now you will really feel the wrath of Robotnik.
I did mention that after Robotnik like decides to buy the deatomizer, I mentioned that the animators took a day off. It's because like Robotnik ends up threatening Wes Weasley twice in a short amount of time, and they use the exact same animation for both shots. Like they didn't even time it differently. It's the exact same animation.
Oh, really? I didn't notice that. Well spotted.
Yeah, it's weird. Even weirder, it's this. You can tell that the animation was made for the second time because it's more properly lip synced to his lines the second time it comes up. So that's weird. Yeah, it's especially because like before he does it, like he's holding the deatomizer in his right hand, and then it cuts to him grabbing Wes Weasley with both of his hands, and then it cuts back to him with the deatomizer in his right hand, and then he threatens Wes Weasley again.
Huh. Okay, I didn't notice it, but it was kind of awkwardly cut sometimes with the background wrong and all that. I do love how Wes Weasley is still super happy while Robotnik's holding him by his collar. His big smile. Well, not all the time, but sometimes. That's kind of music. He's so desperately trying to stay happy and on top of things. Poor Wesley. Weasley.
Yeah. Poor Weasley and his way of dressing funny. Yeah. Especially how Robotnik points it out.
You are loud, obnoxious, rude, pushy, and you dress funny. You're my kind of guy.
But yeah, speaking of the atomizer, it's never been brought up of how apparently the animators don't remember which button it was that was the red switch, because when Grounder pushes it, it's like it's a completely different button. It's like, okay, that's clearly not red. Yeah, it was
that
like
was the dial.
Yeah.
That's the dial that reverses it to reatomize something, and Scratch just presses it like a button. So we don't even get to see the red switch being pulled.
Yeah, nope. Well, I guess we get the answer of where the inspiration for Sonic Superstars came from, or at least one of the power-ups.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The Blue Chaos Emeralds. I think you mean the HDSDVADL deatomizer.
Yeah, Adventures of Sonic did it first. Yeah.
I really love this trick, since I remember another episode also having multiple Sonics. But that's for a very big later episode. Series of episodes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Chaos Emerald Saga, yeah.
Oh, then Gale's Emeralds are actually responsible for multiple Sonics. Ooh, they really predicted Sonic Superstars.
Well, it's more of
indirectly, I know, not directly.
But yeah. But yeah, quite a coincidence, yeah.
Quite a coincidence indeed. But that's for the future.
Yeah.
Shall we save that for the big finale? Since it's not really a series finale, I might as well use that one as the...
Yeah, fair enough, yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. I was thinking maybe Hero of the Year, but yeah, that could work too.
We'll think about it.
Yeah, we still got plenty more episodes to get through.
Yeah, it's quite the long series.
So on two occasions in this episode, Sonic does like a different take on his "I'm waiting" catchphrase.
Oh yeah.
There's the when hit by the gravity stopper, he's like, "I'm weightless."
Yeah.
And then when he's hit by the deatomizer, he says, "I'm splitting."
And if he was actually fatally shot, would he just go, "I'm dying"? He seems to take everything in very good spirits, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm dying.
Oh my god! Sorry, when you just did that, I just thought of Next Gen when he gets like skewered by vessels.
Oh no!
I'm
dying.
See, that's what it would. That's the one thing that would have made the game great, is if they had that one.
Yeah.
That would ruin the whole atmosphere. No.
When you say that, I'm immediately reminded of that meme of that guy who could probably go like, "Why the F you're dying? Why the F you're dying?"
Oh my god. Stop fucking dying.
What have I done? What have I done? I don't know. Oh my gosh. I don't know why. That just popped into my head. And I was... Oh no.
Also, I like Grounder wearing the anti-gravity boots somehow.
Yeah.
That is very interesting. Yeah, I guess he took off his treads.
Yeah, he could somehow fit his treadmills in there. Yeah.
I guess he dismantled the treads.
Yeah, I guess that's why he opted to stretch his arm out to turn the machine off rather than running over there, because like it can't be easy to walk around when you're not used to having feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The lack of knees as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Poor Grounder.
I mean, then again, he seemed to walk just fine when he turned into that one giant from the Wolfnick episode. Yeah.
That's true.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
But he had like actual feet then, so.
Oh yeah.
Do you have anything more to say? Yeah, Melty, what's up?
I guess one thing I can think of is like the ending when all three of them do that whole "we hate that hedgehog," and I think it's kind of odd hearing Robotnik having a kind of a delayed response, or his like line delivery is quite delayed compared to Scratch and Grounder.
Yeah. I mean, I guess he's still wondering how that works with his organic body being shaken up with robots.
That's another thing I was going to mention. It's that... How does that work?
Yeah. Like,
yeah.
Okay, Scratch and Grounder I could understand, about Robotnik?
Yeah, Robotnik's he's been roboticized. Oh no.
It reminds me of like an old Stephen Wright joke. I saw a dude with prosthetic legs and real feet. and it's making me wonder, like, looking at Scratch, how is blood getting to his legs?
Just imagine like his blood veins are like inside Scratch's innards, yeah.
Oh god. No, you mean Grounder's innards.
No, I mean like Scratch. No, Robotnik has Scratch's body, and he has Grounder's legs or feet or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Must be an odd
It's
sensation.
just- It's more horrifying the more you think about it.
It's like there's something so. It's like this is so wrong in so many ways.
Yep.
Yeah.
It definitely is.
And also, I think Sonic is supposed to be a loan shark.
Oh, I
Yeah.
guess
Yeah.
that explains his shark.
1 sec.
They already did that joke in the gambling episode.
Yes, they did.
But yeah, then there's that shot of Robotnik bending over. It's like, yep, really putting all that focus on the caboose.
Yep.
They certainly do.
The mighty caboose.
Where did Sonic get this device, though? That combines
Yeah.
the 4 previous devices.
Maybe he got it from Wes Weasley. He's like, oh, I just so happen to have a thing that has all the things I demonstrate. Yeah.
Yeah. Either that or he just hodgepodged it together quickly.
Which explains why the reatomizer just swaps body parts somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Horrifying.
Quite
Or at least, I at least hope that ice is actually like some kind of illusion mirror, like has like some kind of illusion power going on where it looks like they swap body parts, but they actually haven't.
Oh yeah.
That would be... Yeah, I would like that, so we don't
Yeah.
have to think about the
That's
implications
the canonical
anymore.
explanation. Yeah.
There
That's
we go.
Right there, it's an illusion.
It's an illusion.
Otherwise, Sonic has to melt them and throw them in the waffleizer again. The waffle maker. To fix them up.
Robotnik,
yeah.
bro. You're gonna do-
Oh yeah. Well, I'm sure Robotnik had one like modeled for himself because he loves himself so much.
The magic devices.
I'm kind of proud of myself for not making a Doc Doofenshmirtz joke when using the Darkinator in the episode.
Right, yeah.
Huh.
And actually, I was thinking that when they Scratch and Grounder were melted down, it reminded me of the Phineas and Ferb episode where Phineas and Ferb, they make a liquidizer where it turns anything into liquid.
Ugh.
And Candace accidentally gets shot by it. And so she
Oh,
turns
no.
into liquid too. And then it's revealed that Buford has molds of everybody. So just to put her back together, all they have to do is get her mold from him and pour her in there and then zap her again, and she's completely fine.
Cartoon logic.
Yeah. So like that whole Doofenshmirtz bit. It's like, was there an episode where he also had a similar Darkinator thing or?
No, it's just his
name.
tendency to name things innators.
Yeah.
Ah, right. Well, I guess we now know of how he really loves this episode.
Yeah.
This
Like,
exciting episode.
Darkinator! Why didn't I think of that? Yeah.
Oh man.
And
God, I freaking love Wes Weasley. I can't wait to see him again.
Oh yes, he's definitely one of those reoccurring characters on the show. Yeah.
In the UK, when we used to have Summer of Sonic conventions, there's a guy that me and some of us know who often comes cosplaying as Wes Weasley.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
incredible.
nice.
sadly,
We
his
need more
plate
Wes
isn't
Weasley
magic.
Ah. Yeah. Well, either way, we still need more Wes Weasley cosplayers. Yeah. Yeah. In fact, yeah. Let's sell. Yeah. Next time he goes to a convention, dress up as Wes Weasley.
Well, nothing's stopping you from dressing up as Wes Weasley, I suppose.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. 'cause
Get
I
yourself
mean,
an unmoving plaid jacket.
Yeah, it's just a simple outfit. Yeah.
He'll be super duper.
To try out the voice. Anyway,
We'll go try out the voice. Because, yep, there he is.
Ah, very snazzy. Yeah.
but not bald. So he wasn't as dedicated as Euan was when he shaved his head for Robotnik.
Yeah, I was more dedicated.
Yeah. It kind of looks
Unlike
like a
him,
very
oh.
anime-ish Wes Weasley.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, with the hair. Yeah.
Yeah, because he didn't bother to shave his hair or anything. He just let it grow out.
And his hat isn't flying either. What a terrible
Oh yeah.
cosplayer.
The
Boo!
anti-gravity hat.
Hey, like this costume, but unfortunately Ingrid have to take off points because that bow tie isn't big enough.
And that too. Poor cosplayer. We're attacking him and it's such a hard job.
Yeah. Poor Turbo J UK.
Yeah. The only one who cosplayed as an Adventures of Sonic character. Yeah.
And nobody's ever dressed up as Breezy or something?
Not sure.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I wasn't there.
I've been a while since I've checked. It's been a while since I last looked at any of the cosplay photos, so can't say for certain.
No, I don't think anyone was cosplaying as Breezy. No.
Yeah.
Oh well, so many Sonic characters.
I mean, hey, if they were gonna cosplay as Breezy, then hopefully it was the Archie Sonic version.
Who knows? Right, anything else to say about Wes Weasley's exciting introduction episode?
Well, only just the fact that after watching the episode, I was like, noticed like one of the cell frames looked like one that I had, and after a bit of checking, turned out that it was. So now I finally discovered where that frame came from.
You have an historical piece of artifact, yeah.
Yeah. Even though it's like a split second sort of like frame shot, because
That's animation for you.
Yeah, it's always the same. But I'm happy.
Yeah.
Because now that one finally has like, because I now know which episode it comes from. Although I'm still trying to figure out where this one Sonic frame comes from. That I've got.
I'm sure we'll figure it out as we marathon the show.
Yep.
At least this one is from a legendary episode, Wes Weasley's introduction.
Yeah. And naturally, Robotnik looking pissed off at him.
Yeah. What the fuck did you say about my mama?
Oh, relax, don't worry about it.
Right, shall we move on to
have
Sonic X? Oh, sorry, what?
That's fine, I was just continuing on blabbering.
Yeah.
Oh, that's his show all about blabbering, so go ahead.
Yeah, that's what the show's all about. Yeah. Alright, the Sonic X comics are our next topics. Yeah.
Indeedo.
Yeah.
The Transformers episode. For some reason. Or a very specific reason.
Yeah, it's quite interesting knowing that apparently this was written by one of the story writers from a previous sort of like Transformers story, so that's obviously why there's a Transformer in this one. He had to worm its way in.
Yeah, this is pretty much the closest we're going to get in a Sonic and Transformers crossover. Yeah.
And it's because the movie was out around this time, wasn't it?
It was coming out at that time, yeah.
Oh yeah, the Michael Bay movie, yeah.
Alright, so who's doing the synopsis of this one?
Well, apparently me, according to Luke.
Really?
Yeah.
Like he should do it because it's got a Transformer in it.
Yeah, he's a big Transformers fan.
Yeah, because of course Luke was saying like, oh, I'll do that issue where they're shrunken down to little characters in a toy store, but you can do that issue because it's got a Transformer in it. And I'm like, what? Oh, okay.
You have no choice, Sir Euan.
Yeah, especially since I've only just literally finished writing down my script for it.
Oh, didn't do your homework.
Well, I was too busy doing the thumbnail, wasn't I?
You were.
Cut some slack, Roger. Yeah.
Indeed. Thank you for that, Euan.
No problem. But anyway, let me see how this goes with my last minute writing. Let's see. Speed lines is what the story's called. We observe Eggman getting all worked up and upset over Sonic always ruining his plans every time. Just as he's about to have a go at Deco and Boko for saying Sonic always wins, he notices on the TV monitor of a live feed in Station Square where Sam Speed is in pursuit of a out-of-control city trolley car. Just then, Sonic is on the scene to help rescue the driver. Sam is getting furious of Sonic turning up again to take his rescues, as Dawn, a member of the S-Team, warns Sam to slow down, as he's pushing his car too hard. But he ignores the warning just as the wheel comes off and he slides into some trash. Sam is alright, though a little shaken and heavily embarrassed, as everyone cheers at Sonic for saving the driver and stopping the trolley car, somehow. After Eggman pulls a Adventures of Sonic Robotnik moment by pulling a lever that opens a trapdoor for Bakun to fall down after cheering for Sonic, he then has an idea that can stop that pesky hedgehog for good, hopefully. Back with Sam, as Sonic and his friends head off to celebrate with some ice cream, Sam grumbles in annoyance that Sonic once again saved the day and takes his frustration out on the damaged car, and grumbles at Dawn for poorly maintaining it. Annoyed with him, Dawn and Paul decide to leave Sam to wait for the tow truck by himself as they head off to a refinery. Just then, a beefed-up tow truck arrives with a very familiar-looking person whom he introduces himself as Robbie Nick, being a fan of Sam's do-gooding deeds and offers to building a new car that will get him back to being the fastest hero of the highways once again. Sam agrees and they head off to the quote-unquote highly advanced garage. At the garage, or garage, whichever you prefer to call it, where Robbie introduces his pit crew and the parts needed to build Sam's new car. After a while, Robbie finishes the new car being called the Speed 5000, where over the radio they hear the refinery is on fire that Bakun caused, so Sam rushes into his new car and speeds off. As Sonic and friends are rushing to the refinery, Sam almost runs over Sonic, offering a rematch to who can get to the refinery first. Sam speeds off at high speed, much to Sonic's shock at that sudden speed boost. Sam reaches the beach, but realized he can't reach the refinery out at sea. However, Robbie over a hologram communicator tells Sam to push a few buttons, making the car fly over the water and squirting foam at the fire to put it out. Sonic arrives, but only after the fire is out, much to the annoyance of Dawn and Paul, who got drenched in the foam. Sam is annoyed that his team ain't congratulating him, only then he realizes his vehicle isn't responding. However, over the hologram communicator, Robbie reveals himself as Dr. Eggman, shock of all horrors, and now that he is now in control as he targets Sonic. Sam yells at Sonic, making him notice the missiles heading towards him, getting Dawn and Paul clear. As the blue hedgehog goes to stop Sam's new vehicle, he gets caught in an explosion, where the Speed 5000 then transforms into a Decepticon! I mean, just a generic transforming robot that you can find in Poundland or something. Just before the robot can punch the downed hedgehog, Knuckles the Echidna, who saw the explosions of the refinery from his floating island, stops the robot from punching Sonic and then bashes it in the head. He goes to check if Sonic's okay, though he's more embarrassed he got rescued than being injured. Eggman, annoyed that Knuckles is here, decides to take them both out with more missiles, that somehow misses them as the Hedgehog and Echidna are both arguing to each other. Sam watches helplessly as the two are still arguing, thinking if only they work as a team, getting the idea to contact Dawn and Paul from his wrist communicator, telling them to patch him through to his Uncle Chuck, or just Chuck in general, where Sam explains to him everything about the robot. All the while Sonic and Knuckles are still not working together as Eggman is getting the upper hand. Chuck was able to whip up a negator signal device that would cause the robot to freeze up, but it could be risky for Sam. But he is aware of the risks and tells him to transmit the signal. Just as Eggman is about to finish them off, Sam points his wrist communicator on the dashboard, causing the robot to glitch out long enough for Sonic and Knuckles to work together to destroy the robot's limbs, with Eggman admitting defeat and going back to the drawing board. Sonic and Knuckles shake hands, congratulating each other on the job well done, as Dawn and Paul help Sam over to them, apologizing for his behavior and what it means being a team and such. and finishes it off where he asks if someone can give him a lift as his car needs a tune-up, while everyone just laughs at his continuous misfortunes. The end. You failed again.
I always hate those everyone laughs endings.
Yeah.
Do-do-do-do-do.
Especially considering like that's how most things just ends. Like one lame ass joke and everyone just laughs their heads off like it's the best joke they've ever heard.
Hey, where's that music coming from?
I hear music.
Music! Music!
It's Elise.
Ah.
Well, we told her she should be singing, so she's already practicing for it, I guess.
Well, she better be if we can hear her
Yeah.
the guitar.
I wasn't strumming a guitar. The radio was on. Sorry.
Oh.
You
Well, look at
lied.
it this way. Well, look at it this way. At least you know I'm still here.
Indeed.
Oh, in some ways.
Alrighty, so what does everyone think of Robotnik's amazing outfit in this episode? Cartoon comic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite the get up there.
Yeah,
Nobody-
I
Great
think it
disguise
was cool.
as Robbie Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah, Robbie.
Robbie Nick.
And of course, Nick is English slang for stealing, so fits doubly. But yeah, so we got a lot of Robotnik butt in the cartoon and now a lot of his belly. So aren't we lucky
Yeah.
today?
Yeah, from Robotnik's
You sure?
caboose to Robotnik's beer belly. Yeah.
Yep. We sure are being blessed today by the almighty Robotnik.
Physique.
Yeah. Speaking of that, it kind of feels like in this episode, or at least this issue, where Robotnik definitely acts like kind of a little more like Adventures of Sonic with the robots, the insults and the trapdoor bit, and of course the whole bit with him where he opens up his whole why with the monitors. Yeah.
And dressing up as a disguise, also very Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog-esque.
Yeah. No, Adventures of Sonic didn't really do that. Robotnik.
Well,
Okay, Robotnik.
yeah,
not,
they did, but it was Sonic who did it.
Yeah. I mean, not that much, at least, from what I remember.
Yeah.
You know what I meant. But yeah, fun little
Or
comic.
did I?
But yeah,
Yeah,
have you
I
ever
see
seen Sam's teammates so much? Because I don't remember them ever getting much attention in any
Yeah.
other media.
Most I can remember was the first episode, and yeah, that's it.
Yeah, but they're always just faceless extras. Never had an actual name or dialogue, from what I remember.
And maybe they had names or something. Maybe it's in those character card things.
I
Yeah.
guess so, maybe. Still nice for them to finally get some attention, I guess.
Yeah, it's nice to see they're a lot more active in this story. Yeah.
Even though they still don't really do anything, but
Yeah.
hey, at
Oh,
least
yeah.
they got a call to. They had a phone call to Uncle Chuck. So the most thrilling
Shows how
event.
very important they are.
Well, they did more useful things than Chris Friends ever managed to do, or were allowed to
Yeah.
do. Poor Danny.
Yeah.
Poor girl
you
I
know
keep
what?
forgetting the name of.
Yeah.
Francis.
Friends.
Or Francis.
Yeah, Francis is the one he keeps forgetting about.
I guess it's because Helen is just that memorable.
Yep.
Yeah, she's best girl.
Yeah, yet she hasn't had any screen time in the comics yet, so I don't know who's writing these comics, but they don't have any real taste.
Oh yeah, outside of a flashback story with Chris and the gang being younger, then yeah. Where's the Helen love?
Good question.
Maybe in the future.
We're
I'm
halfway
assuming
through.
though, because I haven't been paying attention.
Yeah, who
To
knows?
related
But
issues.
yeah, but yeah, as Roger said, we're a little over halfway through with these comics, so
Yeah.
who knows?
But yeah, Euan, as a big Transformers fan, is this worthy, or is it the Poundland garbage Transformers? You weren't impressed?
Well, I was trying to figure out, like, the whole design of it looks very familiar, but I'm just not sure where I've seen it before.
It kind of resembles like Hot Rod or Rodimus Prime a bit.
Huh.
Yeah,
With a
I
bit of-
mean, more sort of Mirage as well, because he transforms into, like, a Formula 1 style car.
And the head does kind of resemble Starscream a bit.
Well, the colour schemes resemble more sort of Armada Starscream in a way, but... Yeah, just like a hodgepodge of like different Transformers.
Well, of course, I don't want to get sued.
Yeah. I mean, I was trying to see like, is there any sort of like Transformer F1 car that vaguely resembles like that vehicle mode? And the only one I could find was this character's one being overrun, at least mainly with the vehicle mode.
Let me get that on screen for a moment. Boom. But yeah, so apparently the Transformer that should be showing on the screen soon is Euan's pick for the closest match.
As far as I can find, because it's like a last-minute sort of check.
Fair enough. Yeah, you're the world's biggest Transformer expert, so.
Well, in the group at the moment.
Well, for our group at least, sure.
Yeah.
We are the
But
world.
yeah,
We are the world.
but yeah, the character is called Overrun, although awkwardly his original name that had to be changed was Spastic.
Ooh.
Oh boy. I can
So
see
apparently,
why.
yeah, apparently it was that bad they even like got the attention of like the news. It's like, wait, they called it that? How dare they? so they basically just took the toys back and then just simply just reissued it by literally just putting like a sticky tape calling the character Overrun. So it meant like you still literally peel off the sticker and it would still say Spastic on it.
Typical, yeah. Someone
One
in the chat is
Transformer
talking about the Sonic Expo Sonic Spring Showcase. Do you guys know anything about that? Is,
Nope.
is
Where's that reading
Sega
about
gonna
it?
show? Is
Yeah,
that
no
like
idea
a
what
Summer of
that's
Sonic kind of thing, or?
Not sure.
Oh well, sorry for going off topic. I'll look
It's
it up.
fine. I'll.
Yeah, Sonic Spring Showcase.
Oh, it's just another Summer of Sonic, but in America.
Ah.
Sorry, not
mean,
going
yeah.
there. We're going to Japan, so I don't have money for America this year.
Oh, it's America, huh?
You're going there,
Okay, now-
Melty?
Well, it depends on where it is exactly. It's oh, it says Dallas. So, oh yeah, that's wait, is that Texas or?
Yeah, Dallas,
Dallas.
Texas.
Oh, I've
okay,
been to
yeah,
Dallas.
that's
That's what Cole's from, coincidentally.
So yeah, that's a no for me because Texas is too far away.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And a no for me because I can't go to America.
No, you can't walk that
Because
far.
Well,
Oh.
I don't want to walk. I can't even swim to it.
Yeah, but I would walk 500 miles.
So apparently the spring showcase is celebrating Sonic community projects, and it will be live streamed today.
Oh, okay. So we're
Something.
I've never been to a convention.
none. Oh, okay.
None at all.
Too
Wow,
nerdy
you
for
must be
you.
like the only-
no, it's not that. It's just I haven't found the time. Or
You do have a lot of hobbies. Yeah, that's true.
yeah, I have a lot of stuff I do. So, and also trying to find people to go with. I'm a bit of a loner. So, yeah.
Fair enough.
But yeah, it was because of like mentioning about that Sonic Spring Expo thingy.
Mhm.
I had a quick double check just to see how that Sonic Con UK Kickstarter's going, and it's made 3 times its like stretch goal on Kickstarter. So they were expecting a £15,000 goal, and they've gotten over 45,000.
Nice.
All right, so still plenty of Sonic Expos coming up.
Yeah.
Maybe once Elise can go at some point. Who knows? Not that
Yeah,
it's super.
maybe.
Yeah.
Not that it's
Yeah,
super
well, also-
exciting, but- Yeah, go ahead.
Well, also I like my space.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
The idea of going into a crowded area is a bit overwhelming. I confess.
Yeah, if you don't like crowds, then I cannot recommend it. That is absolutely correct.
Yeah. I just crawl into myself whilst I'm wandering around in conventions.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to go to one, Maybe not for an entire weekend, but at least for one day. But,
Yeah, I never go long for one day either. One day is enough.
Yeah, 'cause it's-
Yeah. Same with me.
Yeah, because as I said, I like my space. So
Absolutely.
thinking of big crowds and conventions and stuff. I mean, it sounds like fun, and I would like to cosplay, or dress up in costumes. But
Which character would you pick then?
I was actually thinking of dressing up in a costume from a Final Fantasy XIV character.
Oh, okay.
Ah. I thought you would have picked Princess Elise. Yuck, yuck.
Maybe. Maybe, I don't know, but that's it. But yeah, I played my Final Fantasy XIV, and one of the things I love about that game is how you can dress up your character in all these amazing costumes. And so I was thinking of, if I ever did go, maybe one of the things I could dress up as is, my character, my favorite outfit. So, other characters I probably would consider Zelda, obviously, would be one of them. Princess Zelda.
Which one?
I'm thinking maybe from Twilight Princess.
Okay.
Yeah. I really like that design. I mean, there's still others I'm thinking of. It's just, yeah.
So many choices, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of choices.
I never dress up. Well, I tried it once. I tried to be the Dr. Sambe from Dr. Slump. But my costume fell because he's the only one that has like my body size and face, kind of. Even had like a
or
little.
At the very least.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
No, I
go
also
ahead.
even had like a little puppet that was supposed to be Arale, but it kept falling apart. It was a terrible mistake, so I never cosplay ever again.
Oh.
Yeah,
Or at the very least, like, wear a t-shirt, of one of my favorite, like, maybe wear a Sonic t-shirt, or if I get lucky, I find a silver t-shirt and I put that on.
Sure, should be plenty of those.
Yeah, I haven't done full cosplay in a long time. I think the last time I did that was the engineer from Team Fortress 2 when I went to an anime convention. So I think that was my last one back in Michigan. But yeah, whenever I go to the MLP conventions, I kind of go a little more casual. It's like, I'll just go as a Fluttershy fan. So I wear, a Fluttershy themed hat and a jacket with a decked out in so many Fluttershy pins I've got at the conventions. And then, of course, have a little plushie leaning, or just sitting on my shoulder. Yeah.
Fair enough.
She's my favorite.
Yeah, I get the feeling that you go to the most conventions of us all. Alrighty, but yeah, back to Sonic X. Are we done with this comic?
Yeah, I can't really think of anything else here.
I think that's it.
I think there was a moment I kind of found funny with how Sam was drawn when he gets introduced to his like brand new vehicle. Just how the artist kind of like drew his tiny head and like I gotta try and draw him being like, wow, I'm in love with this car. sort of
Little
face.
hearts, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
just
want
like
to
with the
marry you.
massive, just with the massive eyeballs as well, and the kind of almost
Oh,
awkward
yeah.
looking straight lined mouth.
That is a pretty awesome artwork piece, yeah.
Yeah.
Sam's eyes are.
Especially that pose that Robotnik does. It's a brand new car. Yeah.
No, he's not in love with the car. He's in love with Robbie Nick.
Oh, gosh.
Robbie Nick.
Who can
Yeah.
blame
Robbie
him?
Nick, my darling.
And now Robbie betrayed him. Ah, tragic love
Yeah.
betrayal. Alrighty. Shall we move on to the next comic?
Can do.
And listen to
Yeah.
Luke's beautiful voice. Yeah, go ahead, Sala.
Real quick though, I did find out the time that the spring showcase is starting. It will be starting in 3 hours.
Oh, wow. That's quick.
I mean, that was quicker. Yeah.
Okay, I guess that's why they kept talking about it right now. Oh, well, I'm sure our stream is done by that. Because we're moving on to our final story of today. I'm kind of surprised Cosmo makes a cameo appearance as a toy.
Yeah, this is the second and last time where we see in Cosmo cameo comic.
Ah, that's a shame.
So yeah, poor Salah. Because yeah, all these comics pretty much take place like somewhere during like seasons. Well, I think mostly season 2, but yeah.
But man, Cosmo looks creepy there. Like about to attack Sonic. Like, ooh.
Yeah. I do like Amy like smiling at her action figure though. That's great.
Yeah, I do like how like the packaging is like designed just like the actual Sonic X packaging, the Toy Island series.
Yeah, nice attention to detail. Well done.
Yeah, and funny enough, I actually have one of those figures, but it's the crystal like one. I wish I could have some of the others, but they're way too damn expensive now. Especially the spacesuit ones that never appeared on the show.
Yeah.
I also like the robots playing with the silly string.
Oh yeah, best boys.
And the fact, like, I think they also got like the artist's name on it as well.
Oh yeah, it looks like it. Yeah.
Because I mean, I'm seeing, like, you know, Spaz's name.
Oh, that's the artist's name.
Good old Spaz.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
Patrick
why.
Spazinet.
That's why someone talked about Spaz in the comments. Okay, all right.
Yeah, because he's like a very well-known, like very popular on the Sonic comics that he's worked on. So usually always labels it as Spaz whenever he does the artwork. So yeah.
And I didn't
Good old
know.
Spaz.
I'm such a bad Sonic fan. Right, Sir Luke, can you give us a synopsis?
Of course. Okay. Sonic X, Subsonic. We start off with Sonic having a horrible dream running away from some robotic creatures in a toy shop. At breakfast, Chris wants to go to the toy shop after eating his grandpa as he wants to get Roboticals, which was what was giving Sonic nightmares. Chuck discovers that a scientist named Alexander Pell has invented a warp ray that can allow to travel between dimensions on a subatomic level, and his experiments take place today. Chuck and Pell were roommates and lab partners in college. They did work on the theory back then, but couldn't work out how to make the ray emitter small enough. Chuck says that Pell used nanotechnology to make it work, but he wondered where he got the rubinite or unobtainium to power it. Chris says that conveniently Pell's lab is right next to the toy store. Meanwhile, with Eggman, he wants more toys as he uses them for robot designs and wants more Robonicals. After seeing an interview with Dr. Pell, Eggman wants the warp ray emitter for himself. He orders Deco and Boko into the mech suits, which he will use to steal more toys. Sonic and his friends meet up with Dr. Pell, who is ready to show off the prototype of the warp emitter. Sonic tells Dr. Pell to test it out so Chris can go to the toy store. But as the warp emitter is activated, Eggman and the robots in their mech suits burst in. But they, as well as Sonic and Tails, get caught in the energy field and get shrunken down to the size of action figures. A stray rock knocks the emitter out of Dr. Pell's hand, breaking it. As Eggman and the robots chase after Sonic, Sonic leads Tails to a remote-controlled toy plane that was conveniently there. The plane flies off, but Eggman and the robots grab onto the tail and they all fly off and crash into the toy store, which is called Toys R Us. Eggman and the robots emerge from the Robonicle stand. Deco and Boko are impressed with the Robonicle arms and swap some parts around, but this annoys Eggman, as this isn't a fashion show and wants them to find the hedgehog. Sonic and Tails emerge from under the pile of Robonicles and try to get back to the lab, so they can be restored by Dr. Pell. Eggman and the robots split up as something caught Eggman's eye. Deco and Boko come across a stall full of plushies, which Sonic and Tails are hiding in, along with some very angry versions of Sonic friends. Tails is very concerned about the plushie version of himself, which he sneezes by the loose stuffing. Then Tails goes all derpy as he sees the robots which start firing at him. Back at the lab, the gang try to get Dr. Pell to repair the warp emitter, but he says it'll take hours. Chuck has an idea how to get it repaired faster. At the toy shop, Sonic and Tails decide to split up while getting away from Deco and Boko, who want to get them so they can get raises. Tails hides in a doll's house, which Deco and Boko follow. Tails hears arguing over someone as they are madly in love with and wants to be their girlfriend. Tails hopes it's not Amy, so he looks out to see them arguing over a Barbie knockoff doll, but Tails steps on a creaky floorboard. Sonic, meanwhile, finds a load of springs, or slinkies as you will, only to be confronted by Dr. Eggman running a huge twin-turbo super diesel-powered truck Zilla. Eggman fires Robonicle arms as at Sonic whilst gloating about world domination. Back at the lab, Dr. Pell and Chuck have come up with a diode that will power the emitter for one 5-second burst. The two scientists compliment each other on how they shouldn't have split up. Then Amy snatches it and walks off. At the toy shop, Sonic, whilst running away from Eggman, says that he'll never catch him in that Chuckzilla. Eggman says he only wants to herd him. Sonic thinks it's odd for him to take up farming, but he ends up running into a huge army of sentient Robonicles. Tails, in the doll's house, finds a pink car, and like the second movie, he joyrides it out of the doll's house in order to help Sonic. Sonic uses some slinkies to destroy the Robonicles and slow down Eggman. He then runs off to meet with Tails in his car, but a stray Robonicle arm makes Tails crash. Sonic pulls Tails out of the wreckage while making a PS1 mascot reference. Deco and Boko join Eggman on the Truckzilla and are about to fire everything at Sonic and Tails. But as Eggman yells fire, an energy beam appears out of nowhere, hitting them. Sonic and Tails revert back to normal size and avoid the missile hands, which opens the fire escape door. Eggman and the robot, still in motion, go through the fire escape and crash outside the back door. And like every Saturday morning cartoon villain, Eggman says he'll get him next time. Sonic and Tails meet up with Amy as the two scientists look at the destroyed emitter, even though it worked. They are confronted by the toy shop owner and his lawyer. Being as a lot of Robonicles were destroyed, Chuck ends up buying them for Chris, so now there are a lot of boxes of Robonicles lying around the house, or that they're moving out. The end.
Applause indeed.
Yeah. Man, they weren't even trying with that name. It's like, oh yeah, what can we come up with a parody of Bionicles? Oh, we'll call it a Robionicles. Yeah, no one will know the difference.
Yeah, Robonicles.
Yeah, Robonicles. Jeez.
That was such a random thing, all those angry Sonic plushies. Like having cream.
Yeah.
So pissed.
Why are they so mad?
That looked like the kind of stuff you'd see like at carnivals where they sell like those knockoff plush toys.
I guess so. And it's like a mix between Vector and Wario or something.
Yeah. Does look like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Rouge is so pissed that her fur turned pink.
Yeah, she's like full of rage.
And Cream is so angry because she doesn't get a cheese plush with her.
I guess. That's what happens when you separate them. But in the next space, you see all the plush being like removed from the plushies. Did Sonic and Tails kill all the plushies or something, or what happened? All was done.
Bootleg marketing, not on my watch.
Also, the Tails plushie seems to have Sadam colors.
Oh.
Or
oh yeah, there's one in the background that has like brown fur. Yeah.
Well, no, I mean the one that's like that Sonic and Tails are looking at in that bottom panel, where Tails is commenting on. It's got like the yellow muzzle and the brownish fur.
Yeah, it still looks orange to me. Yeah.
Well,
Close enough. But yeah,
Yeah,
fun
close.
detail.
Yeah, and also like the derpy one near Sonic as well.
Oh yeah. Yeah, dirt with the tongue sticking out.
Duh.
Yeah.
And even a Robotnik plushie. Too bad Robotnik
Yeah.
himself doesn't notice.
Yeah.
It's under
Where
Tails
is
and
the
the upper.
Robot plushie?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, now I
There
see
it
it.
at least that
It's
one.
funny, that one looks like the most accurate. Yeah.
Very fitting. Yeah, amusing detail. I like it.
This is the second time Tails has had to pretend to be a plushie in the Sonic X universe.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, but I mean third time. Yeah.
Well,
Maybe third time.
a fair few times.
Yeah, because there was the.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah, there was the bit with Ella coming in during her introduction at the train ride, and then this one.
I remembered the train one. I forgot about the Ella one at first.
Fair enough. But yeah, so Chuck has a schoolmate he knows. That's a little world building. That's nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which kind of maybe like provides a bit more disturbing. Like, okay, we see a more younger Chuck in there, so it's like, okay, how old was he back then? Because
Yeah.
what the later
Yeah.
details we got.
He's got a 4-year-old Nelson at home.
Yeah.
Already.
I'd only imagine like, oh yeah, I went to my age.
He got out there.
Yeah,
But
like
yeah.
he's 10 years
He
old.
cut
and
out.
Flashback, yeah.
Yeah. Also, though, you haven't really checked the grammar on this comic because there's a bit where I think
Yeah.
it's supposed to be where he
Yeah.
says like, "Can we go after we eat, Grandpa?" But it says like, "Can we go after we eat, Grandpa?"
Yeah. Oh boy.
Remember, kids, commas are important.
Exactly. But hey, at least we got that funny line.
Yeah,
Like, can we go after we eat you, Grandpa? Well, if you eat me, how am I going to take you there?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, after we eat, Grandpa is like, oh, sure, let's get the barbecue sauce.
Poor Grandpa.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
Oh
that
my
explains
God.
why Sonic is really disturbed in that panel. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
eat Grandpa. Oh, gross.
I didn't know we were dealing with cannibalism today.
Also, I think this is the first time we've ever seen Sonic have a bad dream.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
guess.
I
As far
mean,
as I know, yeah.
yeah, in terms of Sonic X, yeah.
Then again, I think this is the first time we ever see Sonic laying in bed.
Well, I mean, there's Archie Sonic.
I guess so, but he's
Yeah.
rarely seen in bed. Usually he just sleeps in the grass or on the roof or something.
Yeah, because I mean, yeah, it's surprising that it's a normal bed. Because like in Archie Sonic, he always sleeps in like a race car.
Oh, right, he had a bed in the movie as well, yeah. Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
that's why
like the
Sonic has a
movie
bad dream. That's why he never
Yeah,
sleeps in
that's
normal
why.
beds.
Oh yeah, movie 2, yeah, which I was later happy to find out that yes, the bed that he has in movie Sonic is based off the one in Archie Sonic, so that made me a happy camper. Yeah.
Ah, so many references, so nice.
I gotta say though, in the first movie when they brought Sonic upstairs to show him his new room, that was genuinely heartwarming.
That was a nice moment indeed, yeah.
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 Even though it's never made clear how they knew where all the stuff in the cave was. Especially in the third
Yeah.
movie where they find the cave for the first time, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite the retcon. Yeah.
Whoops. Not supposed to think about that, I guess. Quack indeed.
So yeah, so how about those mechs that Robotnik and those boys
Yeah.
piloted?
Those are mechs that look just like them. I love it.
Yeah. He was even nice enough to make one in Deco and Boko's images.
Yeah.
Finally, after
Also
all the
for-
Robotnik
just-
robots. Go ahead.
Yeah, just for some reason, I love seeing Deco's head inside the Deco head-shaped dome.
Oh yeah, it's so freaking tall.
I also like the part where Robotnik gets angry, his face is super big. Like that part
Yeah.
where it's weird abstract.
Yeah, stop goofing off. This isn't a fashion show.
Thank goodness, because you would lose with a terrifying head. But yeah, that's
Oh,
a fun detail. Indeed.
Yeah, like man, Deco and Boko definitely get a lot of highlights in this story because, like, we actually see them chasing after Sonic and the gang and having goofy moments like fighting over a Barbie doll.
Yeah. And the I love Tails like genuinely disturbed by Deco and Boko fighting over the Barbie.
Yeah. Kid's just traumatized, and then when he sees the Barbie, it's like, oh.
Yeah.
They look up like, wait, what are they arguing about? And then they're just like, oh, they're about that toy? Oh, jeez.
And then Tails like opens up a door in the dollhouse and sees the Barbie Dreammobile, and it somehow works.
Logic.
Nice car, Tails. Where'd you get it? I borrowed it from some doll.
It not only works, it has enough power to like crash through a plastic wall. So like,
Yeah.
Pretty intense for a girl's toy, yeah.
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 And also, there's a bit of a jab at Crash Bandicoot as well, like saying Sonic saying, "Oh, I'd start calling you Crash, but that's just silly."
Not my boy Crash.
That's just a mean thing to say to Tails as well.
Yeah.
It's like, if it weren't a stupid name, I'd call you Crash.
Yeah. Well, it could be worse. Could end up like what happened with Rainbow Dash, with the Rainbow Crash thing being
Rainbow
immortalized.
Crash, yeah.
Yeah, how that got immortalized when she became a.
Oof. So,
Also, in the final panel with all the boxes all over the place, I thought they were moving out.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, they put Chris's parents into bankruptcy. Now they're moving out of the.
you have to buy so many toys for Chris, they have to sell the house.
Yeah.
Oh, Grandpa, why must we move out? What do you mean we?
Sonic explains how to go to the job centre.
Poor Chris. At least he gets a lot of toys out of the deal. Broken toys, so not particularly useful, but
Yeah,
still.
broken toys.
You never
Well,
know,
then
they might
again-
be worth something.
Yeah, and also with Tails, he's probably going to modify them into something much cooler.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
Like firing real missiles.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Or better yet, make one of them just literally explode in Chris's hands, thus ending his life and freeing us from his tyranny.
How cynical of you, Euan. He's just a little boy.
It almost sounded
he's
like
not
you
a
said
boy.
silly Cole.
He's a little devil.
Yeah, silly Cole.
I'm sorry, Ewan, but you have got to get a grip.
I gotta get a grip.
Yeah, the show ended years ago. You just let it go.
Let Chris go off a cliff or someone.
Oh, I
Chris,
Don't make me
Chris
sing Let It
Thorndike
Go.
died 20 years
Because
ago.
I will do it.
Yeah, he died 20 years ago. Yeah.
Well, I was originally going to say about the previous comics, like, it was a great comic, but then they had to ruin it with the appearance of Chris in one panel. Automatic 3 out of 10.
And that's why I drew you as Chris this time.
Yeah.
There you go, Euan.
Oh,
Apparently with the power to make you melt, Roger.
That's how
Oh,
angry
boy,
you
yeah.
got.
Well, either
Yeah.
make you melt or literally manage to remove your entire skeleton from your body.
Oh boy, yeah. I can already tell there's like there's a future there's a future issue in Sonic X, which I can already tell Ewan's not gonna be happy about. But we'll get to that when we get to that.
So Euan will have to do the synopsis of that episode then.
Well, we'll see.
If I will have to do it, I'll have to make sure I make it very nice and colourful.
Sorry, you just look so dead inside.
He has no soul. So the one I was teasing about, that's not the next issue, but surprisingly, next issue that I teased about in the last panel, it actually is gonna Deco and Boko.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, more of my best boys.
There we go. Anything else
Sure.
to say?
Well, just you showing off the, advertisements.
Yeah, the creepy
Anyway,
pig.
set up your home as an energy hog.
Oh yeah, the whole energy saving commercials. Yeah, I remember those back in the day. Yeah.
Nightmare fuel for you as a kid?
No, I was a teenager during that time, so I was over it.
Lucky.
But there was
yeah,
one Archie advertisement that took me off guard because I was doing the old page. I was scrolling down. And I was like, "What is that old man doing to Archie?"
Oh yeah.
Throwing him out to the comic book because it's not his.
Yeah, this ain't your story, boy. Yeah.
And the fact that Archie is like yelling, "Hurry!"
Yeah, but is it to us or the old man?
Hurry and get it over with. Yeah.
Let's not think too hard about that one.
But yeah, anyway, moral of the story: don't eat your grandpas.
Otherwise, they'll throw you out.
Yeah.
Or won't bail you out if you broke the entire toy warehouse.
Oh yeah. They'll disown you. Yeah.
Alrighty, so that was the stream for today. I think my brain is pudding as usual. And so is ours. Any final closing statements from any of you?
Yeah, I will be going live on my Twitch channel today. Don't quite know what I'm gonna be doing yet, but I have vowed to go to stream every day until my vacation next week when I go to Seattle.
Alrighty, and what's your Twitch? Your Twitch is just Solid Commander.
My Twitch is just Solid Commander. Yep.
Let's see, then I can advertise it for you. Anyone else has something to advertise?
Most I can advertise is hopefully I'll get that Shadow episode up, or at least a good chunk of it done. Yeah. Hopefully before next stream. Yeah, so I can advertise it.
That would be nice. And Elise is working hard for the competition, writing competition.
Yep, and I'm also still working on Legacy.
Yeah.
Oof, you're doing double duty in a new job. Oh boy.
Well, she's getting there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't help it. I just love writing so much.
A workaholic. All right. Well, I hope you still.
Because when I write, I confess, when I write, I feel alive. So.
Writing brings you life. Yeah.
Yes.
Good.
I guess I could show off something which is in the art gallery section. That after so many months, I finally completed this diamond painting I've been doing of this monkey that I picked up at Colchester Zoo months ago. It's how diamond painting works. It's a bit like paint by numbers, but you have like these multicolored studs you put in a tray, and you pick up with this special pen. You put them into the corresponding squares, which is can be a bit time consuming, but it does look very nice at the end.
It's a pretty intense looking monkey, yeah, or ape. Is it a monkey or ape?
Yeah.
Before I get beaten up by an angry monkey. Sorry, Discworld reference.
Oh, those.
Yeah, it looks pretty awesome. So you're creating a whole art gallery in your home, huh? Gonna make more of those? Or was this too time
I mean, I've got a lot of studs left over. I mean, what you can easily do is probably like save for future ones, or get a picture, put some Pritt stick on it, and put studs on that.
Alrighty.
Now just leaves us the question: who would win, Luke's ape or chimp painting, or that one painting that Roger did of that one guy sneezing or whatever it was?
No, that's scary painting. Yeah.
Yeah, it's scary painting. Good time.
Seriously, you should do a jewel art of that.
Multicolored pixelate versus a sneezing man.
Yeah.
Classic.
We could try to animate it, like have like the mouth move or whatnot.
Having him permanently on the verge of sneezing whilst a raging storm is happening in the background.
Yeah. My nostrils are on fire and I can't sneeze.
Damn it, wind.
I just can't every time I think of that picture.
Yeah.
What a wonderful wonderful thing
Sure.
of art.
It is, honestly.
Have to wait quite a while.
Oh yeah, it's just the damn thing. Especially on my end. Like every time I refresh the page, it always starts off with a damn ad. Stop putting me even more behind.
Oh, sorry. I forgot to turn it off. Well, I didn't put the painting on yet because I can't find it, but here.
Alright. Well, I think we probably better end it there because otherwise we're gonna be here all day just laughing our asses off again.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Alrighty, well, our final says. Okay, good to see you next time. I'm working on April Fool's stuff, I guess, so better get working on that. I only have one left. And other stuff coming, I suppose, from us.
Yeah.
Oh, he's found it.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is.
And just an FYI, if you're staying over at their place, they'll leave that painting next to your bed so you won't feel lonely.
Oh God. Yeah, I remember that on the first night I was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet dreams, everyone.
Yeah.
We take good care of our guests, that they don't stay for too long.
Yeah. Yeah. Unless you have them meet your grandpas. Yeah.
Jesus.
Right, so we better all say goodbye now. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Bye, everyone.
Yeah, goodbye.
Cheerio.
See you guys later.
Tool Pip.
Did you forget to pay your taxes or something?
How fitting. Yeah. With the, oh yeah.